your feet, I surrender the dream. At your feet, I surrender the call. At your feet, at your feet, at your feet, at your feet is the place I surrender my soul.
A Buddha doesn't organize himself.
Sie würden sich nicht organisieren. Ein Buddha organisiert sich. Na, was macht denn dann ein
Buddha
Buddha?
is free.
Ein Buddha ist frei.
Yeah. We need organization and rules and laws and stuff because we're not free.
Wir brauchen Organisationen, Regeln und Gesetze und so Zeug, weil wir nicht frei sind.
A Buddha doesn't have any rules.
Ein Buddha hat keine Regeln.
He looks like he's totally loving and caring and but he's free.
Er sieht so aus. Er ist absolut liebevoll, er kümmert sich, aber er ist frei.
He doesn't have rules.
Er hat keine Regeln.
He doesn't have laws.
Er hat keine Gesetze.
He doesn't worry about stuff like that.
Er macht sich wegen solchen Sachen keine Sorgen.
But mankind always somehow had to organize itself. Or I mean, somehow we have to live together. We have to share. We have to. I mean, our planet is also not very healthy. We have to somehow organize.
Aber die Menschheit, die muss sich doch irgendwie organisieren, irgendwie zusammenlegen, irgendwie teilen. Wir müssen uns doch irgendwie zusammenbringen.
This comes out of unconsciousness.
Das kommt von Unbewusstheit.
This need for organization.
Dieses Bedürfnis nach Organisation.
This need for control.
Dieses Bedürfnis nach Kontrolle.
This comes out of unconsciousness.
Kommt von Unbewusstheit.
When a person is conscious,
Wenn eine Person bewusst ist,
I'm totally free. I'm totally loving myself.
dann bin ich total frei und liebe mich total.
I can't help but love everybody else.
Dann kann ich gar nicht anders als alle anderen lieben.
I can't help but treat everybody else with respect.
Dann kann ich gar nicht anders als alle anderen mit Respekt behandeln.
I don't need a law that says I shouldn't steal somebody else's
Dann
purse.
brauche ich auch kein Gesetz, das sagt, dass ich von niemandem den Geldbeutel klauen soll.
You know, I couldn't do such a thing.
Sowas könnte ich ja gar nicht tun.
It would hurt.
Es würde wehtun.
This is a crime against my soul.
Es wäre ein Verbrechen gegen meine Seele.
This is not this. You know, with the
Weißt du?
laws, it's different.
Mit den Gesetzen ist es anders.
I would really like or love to believe that.
Ich würde das so gerne glauben.
And yet, I mean, even Jesus somehow shared the Ten Commandments.
Und selbst Jesus hat die 10 Gebote mit uns geteilt.
No, Jesus did not share the Ten Commandments. Jesus rebelled against the Ten Commandments.
Nein, Jesus hat nicht die 10
I'm not
Gebote mit
that
uns
Christian.
geteilt, sondern
He says-
dagegen rebelliert.
He says, I give you a new commandment, a commandment of love.
Er sagte, ich gebe euch ein neues Gebot, das Gebot der Liebe.
That's what Jesus did.
Das hat Jesus getan.
He wasn't selling the Ten Commandments.
Er hat uns nicht die 10 Gebote andrehen wollen.
That's Moses' thing, you know?
Das
I'm
war
not
Moses.
such a good
Das war
Christian.
Moses sein Ding.
Moses was the politician.
Moses war der Politiker.
What I wanted to say is that every religion, somehow like politics,
Well,
somehow they.
okay, so
Yeah.
let's talk about religion. This is interesting.
Also was ich ja sagen wollte, ist, dass sogar in der Religion Politik eine Rolle spielt. Okay, dann reden wir über Religion. Das ist interessant.
So we have Jesus, who is free.
Dann haben wir also Jesus, der frei ist.
But Jesus didn't create Christianity.
Aber es war nicht Jesus, der das Christentum kreiert hat.
Jesus was not a Christian.
Jesus war kein Christ.
Who created the church?
Wer hat die Kirche kreiert?
Politicians.
Peter.
Petrus.
Peter, who was a moralist.
Er war ein Moralist.
Matthew,
Matthäus.
who was a theologian.
Er war Theologe.
Yeah? These are the people who created the church.
Das sind die Leute, die die Kirche erschaffen haben.
So we have this very strong right and wrong thing, and we have all kinds of ideas about God.
Und dadurch haben wir dann ganz starke Überzeugungen von richtig und falsch und von Gott.
That Jesus got remembered at all in all of this is amazing.
Dass man sich in all dem überhaupt noch an Jesus erinnern kann, ist ein Wunder.
But this isn't true religion.
Aber das ist nicht wahre Religion.
What this is, society adopting these ideas because it fits.
Weißt du, was das ist? Das ist die
It's
Gesellschaft,
political.
die einfach diese Vorstellungen mit einbaut, weil es passt, weil es politisch ist.
Christianity is political. Buddhism is political.
Christentum ist politisch. Buddhismus ist politisch.
That's why it appeals to millions of people.
Und deswegen finden das auch Millionen von Menschen wunderbar.
Everybody can feel very righteous. They go to church or temple once a week and
Da können sich alle
do
ganz,
their rituals and think that they're cool.
toll und richtig vorkommen, wenn sie dann einmal in der Woche in die Kirche oder in den Tempel gehen, ihre
Okay,
Rituale
okay.
vollziehen und denken, sie wären cool.
Jai Baba Swami, Jai Atmeshwar. A very warm welcome to all the guests, participants, and host of today's session. This is Samarpan, where we take you through the history of Samarpan meditation as witnessed by first-generation sadhaks, and we will get to know about their journey and evolution of Samarpan meditation in various parts of the world. It's an interview of the souls, by the souls, to connect with the super souls through the collectivity of souls. We are going to have this interview in English and also translated in German by Rajma. We are really excited to take you to Germany for part 2 of this session with a very, very special guest. But before that, a few house rules. Dear guests and co-host, please put your phones on silent and WhatsApp calls on mute. Please turn off your audio video until the interview begins and we will invite you to speak. If you get disconnected, please join back. Please message one of our teammates personally so we will make you co-host and you will have privileges to mute and unmute. For our audience, we request to please turn off your videos so we can have a better bandwidth to enjoy the program. During this session, if you have any questions, please share it in the chat. Even in German is okay. We will collect all the questions and address those questions at the end of the session today. This is part 2 and continuation of the session with Sohamji from yesterday. We got to know about his Catholic upbringing, his spiritual progress with Osho and Gangaji and Papaji, and also how Satsang started in Germany. We ended on this note from Sohamji in his own words. I will be speaking these words. When I met Swamiji, I realized intellectually, I understood everything. Emotionally, I understood everything, but I was still a tiny, tiny dwarf as compared to Swamiji. Swamiji is the Himalayas. And also on a second separate note, Swamiji said, Guru Shaktis had told Swamiji that there will be a saint who will come from West and bring his followers. So I think Swamiji was talking about Sohamji that time. So today, let's listen to what His Holiness Sohamji has to say about His Holiness Shiv Kripananda Swamiji. And do we all know the true form of Swamiji? If not, let's open our internal eyes and absorb. Thank you. With that note, I would like to invite Dhara to speak further.
Thank you, Sonalji. I would like to give a disclaimer first. The only objective of this summer fun is connecting all living beings of the present times. The information and opinions shared here by anyone are personal views of the speaker and are not officially associated with any social, religious, cultural, political, educational, or other organization. We're here to be inspired on how to go back to our original nature of a pure soul or Holy Spirit. By no means we intend to offend someone or to hurt anyone's emotions. We support understanding of any subject based on our own experiences rather than relying on any online or bookish information, encouraging baseless ideology or superstitious beliefs. Please accept our soulful love or atmiyata and disregard any information that you don't agree with. Now, the foundation of this beautiful program is Summer Fun Meditation. To learn more information, please visit us at www.summerfunmeditationusa.org. And also, Sohamji is very well known in Germany for his satsang. So to learn more information about this, please visit the website www.soham.one. Thank you. Now I would like to invite Vimuktoji to come forward.
Haftungsausschluss. Das einzige Ziel von This is Samapan ist es, alle Lebewesen der Gegenwart zu verbinden. Die Informationen und Meinungen, die hier geäußert werden, sind persönliche Ansichten der SprecherInnen und sind nicht offiziell mit einer sozialen, religiösen, kulturellen, politischen, pädagogischen oder anderen Organisation verbunden. Wir sind hier, um uns inspirieren zu lassen, wie wir zu unserer ursprünglichen Natur einer reinen Seele oder eines Heiligen Geistes zurückkehren können. Wir beabsichtigen auf keinen Fall, jemanden zu beleidigen oder seine Gefühle zu verletzen. Wir unterstützen das Verständnis eines jeden Themas auf der Grundlage unserer eigenen Erfahrungen, anstatt auf irgendwelche Online- oder Buchinformationen uns zu verlassen, die unbegründete Ideologien oder abergläubische Überzeugungen fördern. Bitte akzeptiert unsere Seelenliebe oder Atmiyata und ignoriert alle Informationen, mit denen ihr nicht einverstanden seid. Die Grundlage dieses wunderschönen Programmes ist die Samapan-Meditation. Bitte besucht unsere Webseite www.samapan.de, um mehr darüber zu erfahren. Soham ist in Deutschland als spiritueller Lehrer und für seinen Satsang sehr bekannt. Um mehr zu erfahren, besuchen Sie bitte seine Webseite www.soham.one.
Thank you, Vimukto. Now I would like Rasika ji to play the video of Dr. Binita Rabe for the introduction of Sohamji.
Sami, so happy about today's program with Sohamji, and sorry that I cannot join online but will listen to the recording. And when asked to give an introduction about Sohamji, the first thing that came into my mind is to share the feeling I had on the first encounter with Sohamji. Actually, it was a feeling of joy and even relief. And the reason for that is that Sohamji immediately understood the essence of Samatha meditation. No further explanation was needed. He immediately connected on the soul level with Samatha meditation, something which took many of us long time, many years. And that's why there was this feeling of relief, because especially in the West, when we, for example, shared Samatha meditation, introduced Samatha meditation, also here in Germany, there were quite often people who had a bit hesitation towards Samatha meditation because of the concept with the living guru. And it was fine for us because the concept is not familiar in the West or not familiar anymore. It's like maybe a forgotten knowledge. But therefore, we explained it and kept on explaining. But the opposite was so relieving to see. Sohamji immediately understood it. And what I found admirable is that his love for his disciples, the wish that they reach the spiritual goal, is so large that he immediately shared about Samarpa meditation with his disciples. Even few days only after he heard about Samarpa meditation, he shared this knowledge about another guru with his disciples. And this showed to me how vast his and pure his love is for his disciples. And then the other thing I found an inspiring learning lesson is how clear Swamiji and how committed Swamiji is when something clicks on the soul level. Then he is so 100% for it. So it clicked on the soul level that Samarpa meditation is right for Swamiji. Then he committed 100%. He immediately signed up for this International Saints Retreat. He immediately shared it with his disciples, and he immediately surrendered to this path. And therefore, the name that Osho has given Samarpan is reflecting this character. So thank you so much, Sohamji, for this. And also, what is a special gift that Swamiji can explain the essence of Samarpa meditation so well to people from the West, so that they also have access to the essence, to the deep meaning. And that is such a great gift. And to conclude, the last thing was to share an experience how easily, how fast his first encounter with Swamiji happened. I'm sure today you will also talk about this International Saints Retreat. How it started was that Singapore team had the idea that Swamiji could conduct a retreat for international spiritual teachers and saints. So country coordinators were asked in different countries to do research and make a list of spiritual teachers in their respective countries. So also in Germany, we did this research and made a list. And then the Singapore team did like a nice, beautiful description about the meditation with the invitation for the Saints Retreat. And it was sent to us, and they asked us that we print it out and ideally hand it over personally to the spiritual teachers which we want to invite. And on the day that we received green light to invite the teachers, the day we received the PDF file with the invitation, actually we called Sohamji's office, and Marga, Sohamji's wife, was there. And she said, thank you for the invitation. But she said, oh, in that month, there is already like a program, Sohamji, that time Samarpan has a program in that month, but I will ask him. And so she hung up, and it felt like even not more than 1 minute later, she called back again and said, yes, he's interested in this retreat. And originally it was planned to hand him over the invitation on the weekend after, so that we could go there in a group and prepare the material, print it out. But somehow it turned out that the next day, immediately the next day, was the most suitable. And even as it was straight away the next day, everything happened so easily, so smoothly, and it felt even as if there was a backward push from the energies. It felt as if it had all been ready to go. And so even the printer, which usually has problems to print out many pages, on that morning of the next day, everything was printed out smoothly, this invitation. And even the drive, which took about 1 hour, 1.5 hours to Sohamji's home, was actually felt like 10 minutes. And immediately the car, it felt like, was even pushed in front of the house. This is how it felt. And Sohamji, after he received the invitation, immediately said, yes, he is joining the retreat. And there was a registration form for the retreat in there. And it would have been totally fine to fill out that later on and send it later on. But Sohamji immediately filled it out, signed it, photo was put on this application and it was done. So this was really the feeling. It was really as if it was predestined and there was so much energy behind it. So thank you, Sohamji. Thank you for today's program to US Sadaks to arrange this. And yes, lots of love to all and Jai Baba Swami.
Oh, such a beautiful testimony from Binita ji. Thank you. Yes, it was predestined that Sohamji had to be in our lives. Next, I would like to invite Vimukto ji to take over and introduce Sohamji in German.
Ja, wir freuen uns auch heute, unseren Sohamji wieder willkommen zu heißen, unseren spirituellen Lehrer und Guruji. Schon seit über 2 Jahrzehnten ist er mit uns hier in Deutschland und steht für alle wahrheitssuchenden Seelen zur Verfügung. Er ist unser Anker und Leuchtturm auf unserem spirituellen Weg. Er ermutigt uns und inspiriert uns, dabei zu bleiben und entfacht unsere Liebe zur Wahrheit immer wieder neu. Und ja, es ist einfach total schön, mit ihm zu sein und seine Energie zu spüren und mit ihm, durch ihn zu wachsen.
So let's start the interview. I would like to invite Hitendra ji to start with our first question.
Greetings to all divine souls. On behalf of Global Samarpan family, Shiv Krupanand Swamiji, I am delighted and humbled to welcome His Holiness Sohamji. It's the privilege of this is Samarpan team to host Sohamji as our guest and to learn from his spiritual journey. Today is part 2. Yesterday, we learned about how from childhood to married life, work life, and then to the Satsang, he evolved in different stages at the mind and body level. But there is always pure divine intention that allowed him to progress from one level to another, to ascend from lower chakras to higher chakras when it comes in terms of universal consciousness or energy. And today what we are going to learn is more about his life's journey on a soul level rather than just body or mind level. And there will be some question answer also if time permits. So let us go on the first question. Part of it we learn from Binita's introduction, but I will still ask Sohamji because I want to know from him. Sohamji, how did you come to know about Samarpan meditation for the first time and also about Shiv Krupanand Swamiji?
Soham, bitte erzähl uns doch, wie hast du zum ersten Mal von der Samarpan-Meditation erfahren und auch von Sri Shiv Krupanand Swamiji?
Yes, I don't have a voice, Mahesh.
We can hear you.
You can. Okay, I can't hear myself very well, so I don't know. Okay, if you can hear me, it's fine. Yes, Benita's invitation was, it's like theoretically, it wasn't necessary for her to come all the way to my home.
Also die Einladung von der Benita. Theoretisch wäre es ja gar nicht notwendig gewesen, dass sie wirklich zu mir kommt, bis zu uns fährt.
At that time, we were the next few days we were having satsang in Frankfurt, which is much closer to her home.
Die nächsten, nämlich die Tage danach, hatten wir damals den Satsang in Frankfurt. Das ist viel näher an dem Ort, wo sie lebt.
She felt that it was important enough to travel to take this extra time and come in person to give me this invitation. This is totally touching.
Aber sie hatte das Gefühl, dass es wirklich so wichtig ist, dass sie sich jetzt da diese zusätzliche Zeit nimmt und wirklich diese ganze Strecke auch auf sich nimmt und persönlich kommt. Und ich finde das total berührend.
And she gifted me with the first 3 volumes of Swamiji's autobiography.
Und da hat sie mir direkt die ersten 3 Bände von Swamijis Autobiografie geschenkt.
And I remember thinking to myself, I'm accepting these books and I know I'm going to read them, but I haven't read any books for years.
Und das Seltsame war, ich hatte nämlich jahrelang keine Bücher mehr gelesen und da fand ich mich wieder, akzeptierte diese Bücher und ich wusste, ich würde sie lesen.
So the whole thing was quite amazing. It's like I was watching all this happening. I didn't know anything about it.
Das Ganze war also echt super erstaunlich. Es war, als würde ich selber nur zuschauen. Ich wusste gar nichts.
I watched myself agreeing to cancel satsangs and retreats, and I never did this.
Ich konnte zuschauen, wie ich zustimmte, dass ich Satsangs und Retreats absage. Sowas habe ich noch nie getan.
I was surprised. It just happened.
Ich war überrascht. Das war einfach passiert.
So as I'm looking back on my whole life, it's like, this is the purpose of my whole life.
Wenn ich jetzt auf mein ganzes Leben zurückblicke, dann ist es, als wäre, ja, das ist Sinn und Zweck meines ganzen Lebens.
I only came to Germany to prepare people for Swamiji.
Ich bin nur nach Deutschland gekommen, um die Menschen für Swamiji vorzubereiten.
This is obvious.
Es ist offensichtlich.
And this was my pure wish.
Und dies war mein reiner Wunsch,
That I would be able to play some small part in the transformation of this planet.
dass ich in der Lage sein werde, irgendeinen kleinen Teil in der Transformation dieses Planeten zu übernehmen.
Yes, this.
Ja, das.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I see a lot of interesting point in your answer.
Es ist wunderschön. Ich sehe da ganz, ganz viel Interessantes in deiner Antwort.
I see a sadhika named Vinitha who wanted to do something for her guru.
Und ich kann da eine Sadhika sehen mit Namen Benita, die da was für ihren Guru tun wollte.
And despite of her busy professional career, she would drive extra mileage in the name of spreading her guru's words.
Und obwohl sie ja selber da im beruflichen Leben total eingespannt ist, hat sie diese Zusatzstrecke einfach auf sich genommen und diese Zeit, um die Worte ihres Gurujis zu verbreiten.
And I see an open-hearted, open-minded person named Sohamji.
Und ich sehe jemand, der so offen ist im Herzen, so offen ist im Geist, der Sohamji,
who willingly accepted that invitation.
der ganz bewusst, ganz gewillt diese Einladung angenommen hat.
When any spiritual interaction take place,
Wenn irgendeine spirituelle Interaktion stattfindet,
at the mental or intellectual level, we don't understand what is going on around us.
dann verstehen wir auf mentaler oder intellektueller Ebene überhaupt nicht, was passiert.
But only after going through that experience,
Aber nur wenn wir durch diese Erfahrung gehen,
we realize, oh, this was my purpose, as Sohamji said in his answer.
erkennen wir, wow, das war Sinn und Zweck meines Lebens, so wie Sohamji es in seiner Antwort gesagt hat.
So the learning from this answer for our audience,
Was wir also aus dieser Antwort lernen,
we may have our mind and life set in one direction.
Es kann sehr gut sein, dass unser Geist und auch unser Leben in eine Richtung aufgebaut, ausgerichtet ist.
with our personal life, our professional life, or any other activity.
Unser persönliches Leben, unser professionelles Leben oder jedwede Aktivität.
But as I was talking yesterday while explaining Sohamji's experiences,
Aber während ich gestern erzählt habe, während ich Sohams Erfahrungen, von Sohams Erfahrungen berichtet habe,
it is the pure wish and connection with the divine
es ist der reine Wunsch im Zusammenhang des Göttlichen,
that always lifts us up. You are fine, we
Das
can
uns-
hear you, Rajma.
Yes, Marga is just helping me. My akku is low. I'm very sorry.
No, no
Can be
problem.
that I'm gone in a moment. It
I
can
just
be
want to
that
let you know we can hear you clearly, not a problem.
you know, my picture may be gone. My voice is, I'm here.
Sorry. Yes, so it is our pure intention and divine connection that lift us up.
Es ist unsere reine Absicht und unsere göttliche Führung, die uns dann wirklich helfen und erheben.
And as we were talking yesterday also, the law of attraction always bring the right energy, right people, and right situation in our life.
Und wie wir ja gestern auch schon gesagt haben, dass das Gesetz der Anziehung immer die richtige Energie und die richtigen Menschen und die richtige Situation in unser Leben bringt.
So many times I hear from the people that I want to do Guru Karya, but I don't know how.
Ich höre oft von Leuten, dass sie Guru Karya machen wollen, aber nicht wissen, wie.
If we have pure wish, if we are willing to take extra mile like Dr. Benita, and if we are open-minded like Sohamji, then things will happen. We don't have to do it.
Wenn wir gewillt sind, da extra Meilen zu fahren wie die Benita oder so offen sind wie der Sohamji, dann müssen wir selber eigentlich gar nichts tun.
We learned Sohamji's life was started in USA.
Wir haben gehört, dass Sohamjis Leben in den USA begonnen hat.
And then he moved to Germany, and today he is saying that that could be his purpose for helping the mankind.
Und dann ist er ja nach Deutschland gekommen und er sagt jetzt heute, dass das wirklich Sinn und Zweck dass es gut sein kann, dass das Sinn und Zweck seines Lebens war, wirklich der ganzen Menschheit zu helfen.
To be honest, I feel the same way when I think about my life.
Ich muss ganz ehrlich sagen, dass ich das auch so fühle, wenn ich so an mein Leben denke.
I feel that it is my divine purpose to help the people of the Americas to introduce spiritual journey and Samarpan meditation.
Ich habe das Gefühl, dass es so meine Aufgabe ist, den Menschen, oder meine göttliche Arbeit ist, den Menschen von Amerika ihren Zweck zu zeigen und ihnen die Meditation nahezubringen.
I also want to know, Sohamji, that you got these 3 books from Benita. What happened after?
Sohamji, ich möchte dich noch weiterhin befragen. Du hast ja diese 3 Bücher von der Benita bekommen. Was ist denn dann danach passiert?
Well, I started doing the Samarpan meditation almost immediately.
Ich habe fast sofort angefangen, die Samarpan-Meditation zu machen.
And not only the 3 books, but the other 3 found me along the way between that time when Benita came and when I actually went to India.
Und dann haben mich nicht nur diese ersten 3 Bände, sondern auch die anderen 3 Bände noch gefunden zwischen der Zeit, wo Benita zu mir gekommen war und wo ich dann nach Indien gereist bin.
I'd read all 6 books at least once.
Bis zu diesem Zeitpunkt hatte ich alle 6 Bände mindestens einmal gelesen gehabt.
But the funny thing about that, I'm reading them again and again continuously since then.
Aber das Lustige ist ja, dass ich sie seither wirklich kontinuierlich immer wieder lese.
And each time it's like I'm reading for the first time.
Und jedes Mal ist es, als würde ich sie zum allerersten Mal lesen.
It's so alive and so fresh and so inspiring
Es ist so lebendig, so frisch und so inspirierend,
to read about Swamiji's journey.
von Swamijis Reise zu lesen.
And he really brings us into the Himalayas.
Und er nimmt uns da wirklich mit ins Himalaya.
This is a great gift.
Das ist so ein großes Geschenk.
Yes, anybody who has read Himalayaka Samarpan Yoga in Hindi or the Samarpan Yoga of Himalayas in English, they feel the same.
Ja, jeder, der dieses Samarpan Yoga auf the Himalaya auf Hindi oder auf Englisch gelesen hat, fühlt das ganz genauso.
And Swamiji is in very, very high state of consciousness while writing these books.
Das Swamiji ist ja, während er diese Bücher schreibt, in einem ganz, ganz hohen Bewusstseinszustand.
And most of the people, whether they have any spiritual experiences before or they are totally new to this, they experience good energy, cool energy vibrations.
Die meisten Menschen, ganz unabhängig davon, ob sie da jetzt ganz neu sind oder vorher schon spirituelle Erfahrungen selber hatten, sie werden, wenn sie diese Bücher lesen, auf jeden Fall gute Vibrationen, gute Schwingungen spüren.
I remember reading for the first time and it was like, this is the best novel I've ever read in my life.
Ich weiß noch genau, wo ich das zum ersten Mal gelesen habe. Es war, als hätte ich hier den besten Roman meines Lebens in den Händen.
So
Totally exciting.
Super spannend.
and always there is new element in every word, even though Swamiji sometimes you will feel that he is repeating the words, but it is expressed in new words, new context, and it is so appealing.
Und es ist ja auch immer wieder ein neues Element drin. Also selbst wenn das Swamiji dann mal was wiederholt, er nutzt dann neue Worte dafür und da kommt ein ganz neuer Aspekt rein. Also es ist einfach sehr, sehr ansprechend.
Yeah, upon reading it the first time, I noticed repetitions and I was like, that's not right. There shouldn't be so many repetitions.
Ich weiß noch, wie ich es das erste Mal gelesen habe, da sind mir diese ganzen Wiederholungen aufgefallen. Ich dachte, sag mal, was soll das? Wieso diese Wiederholungen? Da stimmt doch was nicht.
Now I'm reading and I'm saying, oh, I need to hear this over and over and over again.
Und jetzt lese ich es und denke, ja, ich muss es einfach wieder und wieder hören.
These repetitions are not accidental.
Diese Wiederholungen sind kein Zufall.
Absolutely. I believe the same way because Swamiji said in his discourses.
Ich sehe das ganz genauso, denn der Swamiji hat es auch in seinen Diskursen gesagt.
Swamiji said, I am repeating the same words again and again like the old cassette tape.
Der Swamiji sagt, ich wiederhole ja die gleichen Worte immer wieder wie so ein alter Kassettenrekorder,
So because it is not going in your head.
weil es einfach nicht in eure Köpfe dringt.
Yeah, well, Buddha said I have to say things 3 times if it's important.
Der Buddha hat ja gesagt, wenn es wichtig ist, muss ich etwas 3-mal sagen.
Yes, it is like this.
Ja, so ist es.
We're just a little dense up here.
Wir sind da oben einfach ein bisschen taub.
Yes, that's why yesterday when we were listening to Osho, he mentioned a couple of names like Sigmund Freud, psychoanalysis. He mentioned about Carl Gustav Jung, about collective unconsciousness. These are the people from the West who followed the ancient Hindu philosophy. And when you talk about the mind and soul, as well as the body, ancient yogis and ascetics have performed so much research. Of course, there were no laboratories at that time.
Der Osho hat ja gestern auch Namen erwähnt, wie Sigmund Freud oder Carl Gustav Jung. Er sprach auch vom kollektiven Unterbewusstsein. Die haben sich ja alle mit der uralten hinduistischen Philosophie oder Religion beschäftigt gehabt. Ich meine, die Yogis, die Weisen im Himalaya, die Asketen, die haben ja all das wirklich in die Tiefe erforscht, was da mit Körper, Seele und Geist zu tun hat.
Well, the difference between the research of the yogis and the research of us normal scientists
Na gut, der Unterschied zwischen den Erforschungen der Yogis und der Erforschung von uns normalen Wissenschaftlern.
The scientists are groping in the dark,
Der Wissenschaftler, der tappt ja einfach nur im Dunkeln,
where the yogis can see it all.
wo der Yogi alles sehen kann.
And the yogis may not be speaking in very professional language,
Es kann gut sein, dass der Yogi da jetzt nicht besonders professionell spricht, sich nicht besonders gut ausdrückt.
and Swamiji said he hadn't read any books.
Swamiji sagt über sich, dass er keine Bücher gelesen hatte.
So he's speaking in very normal language, which is lovely for us.
Also benutzt er eine ganz normale Sprache und das ist für uns wunderbar.
We get fooled by the professionals who come up with these very intelligent words, but they don't know what they're talking
Wir
about.
lassen uns von den Profis täuschen, die haben diese sehr intelligenten Wörter drauf, aber wir wissen darüber gar nichts.
Because I feel, based on my understanding, most of the psychoanalysis or medical field, what it has done is at the cerebral level.
That's right.
At which level, excuse me?
Cerebral.
Cerebral brain level.
Yes. Ich habe einfach das Gefühl, dass alles, was da in der Psychologie erforscht worden ist, das ist alles da auf der Gehirnebene.
But when you talk about yogis, they have transcended the brain's activity up to the higher level of consciousness, where they are able to penetrate into the heart or soul of the person on a conscious level.
Aber die Yogis, die haben ja diese ganze Ebene des Intellekts, des Gehirns transzendiert und die sind ja in der Lage, wirklich sich auf die Ebene der Seele einer anderen Person, auf das Seelenbewusstsein einzuschwingen.
Yes, this is the most exciting news.
Ja, das ist unglaublich spannend.
Because this is exactly what Swamiji has plugged us into.
Und das ist nämlich genau das, mit was Swamiji uns da in Verbindung gebracht hat.
Through Swamiji, these yogis are available to us.
Durch Swamiji sind diese Yogis für uns verfügbar.
This is such a gift.
Das ist so ein Geschenk.
I want to add two more points before we move on the next part of this question, that when we are looking only at the 6 volumes of this autobiography,
Wenn wir uns jetzt einfach nur die 6 Bände dieser Autobiografie betrachten,
we are just looking at the book and the stories in words.
dann schauen wir uns das Buch und die Geschichten in Worten an.
But what I see based on my experience,
Aber was ich aufgrund von meiner Erfahrung sehen kann,
there is not 1 or 2, 11 different gurus.
da ist nicht einer oder 2, sondern 11 unterschiedliche Gurus.
These 11 different gurus had thousands and thousands of years of meditation and yoga practice.
Und diese 11 Gurus hatten Tausende von Jahren meditativer Praxis, Yoga-Praxis,
that they received from their guru or dada guru or grand guru.
Die sie von ihrem Guru oder von Dada-Guru, vom großen Guru empfangen haben.
Because in the old time, it was one guru who was passing his energy or his consciousness only to one disciple.
Denn früher war es so, dass ein Guru seine Energie oder sein Bewusstsein an nur einen einzigen weiteren Schüler weitergegeben hat.
And now it's available to all of us.
Und jetzt ist es für uns alle verfügbar.
I don't think we can realize this.
Ich glaube nicht, dass wir in der Lage sind, dies überhaupt zu
The
erkennen.
immensity of this gift.
Es ist unermesslich, dieses enorme Geschenk.
Yes, and that is why I like to use this example.
Deswegen erwähne ich gern dieses Beispiel.
So this is the 800 years of guru energy through 11 gurus.
Das sind 800 Jahre Guru-Energien durch 11 Gurus.
And this is the junction point where Swamiji is meeting us.
Und das jetzt ist der Wendepunkt, wo Swamiji uns begegnet.
And
Die Kreuzung.
this time clock is for 800 years again.
Und jetzt fängt eine neue 800-jährige Zeitphase an.
So for next 800 years, just like this sand is falling off slowly, it is going to continue spreading the consciousness through Mangal Murti.
Und während diesen 800 kommenden Jahren wird das Bewusstsein weiterhin durch die Mangal Murti, die glücksverheißende Energiestatue, weiter verbreitet.
Yes.
And
This is-
every
This is
Yes, go ahead.
This is brilliant because before now, it was limited to the lifetime of one saint.
Und das ist wirklich brillant, denn vor der jetzigen Zeit war das immer auf die Lebensspanne eines einzelnen Weisen oder Heiligen begrenzt.
And now we have a saint who is alive for 800 years
Und jetzt haben wir einen Heiligen, der 800 Jahre leben wird
and spread all over the world.
und sich auf der ganzen Welt verbreitet.
This is
amazing.
Es ist wirklich
this is exactly what is needed. I was wondering how God was going to manage the transformation of this planet. Now I know.
ganz genau das ist es nämlich, was gebraucht wird. Ich habe mich immer gefragt, wie Gott wohl die Transformation dieses Planeten hinkriegen würde. Und jetzt weiß ich wie.
And that is why we call Swamiji not just a simple guru, but he is the one who is bringing the, progress in the guru technology.
Deshalb nennen wir den Swamiji auch nicht nur einen einfachen Guru, sondern er ist der, sagen wir mal, die ganze Guru-Technik weiterentwickelt.
Because it was not possible to have somebody as a living person for 800 years with the current climate situation and the way the lifestyle is.
Denn mit der Art, wie jetzt gerade das Klima ist und der Lebensstil, ist es ja nicht möglich, jemanden hier 800 Jahre am Leben zu haben.
However, Swamiji says that he met living guru who were in the caves of Himalayas, who were alive for more than 800 years, and they still look like 22-year young men.
Aber der Swamiji berichtet ja davon, dass er in den Höhlen im Himalaya sehr wohl Gurus begegnet ist, die über 800 Jahre alt sind und derzeit aussehen wie junge Männer.
And they will continue to be alive for the next 800 years.
Und sie werden auch die nächsten 800 Jahre leben.
And this is where his subtle body is.
Und genau dort ist auch sein Energiekörper, sein feinstofflicher Körper.
Totally connected with these amazing Yogis.
Total verbunden mit diesen ganz erstaunlichen, ganz beeindruckenden Yogis.
It is such a unique time that we are living with Swamiji during this time period.
Es ist eine ganz, ganz einzigartige Zeit, in der wir gerade mit Swamiji leben in dieser Phase.
And to be able to learn about it the way we are learning about it is great.
Und dann davon zu hören, so wie wir davon hören, das ist großartig.
Because before a saint would only be able to hint a little bit.
Vorher war es ja so, dass ein Heiliger einfach nur immer so kleine Hinweise hat geben können.
Give us a few hints, a few words to get us on the way. But here, we're getting it laid out for us so simply.
Hat uns ein paar Hinweise, ein paar Worte hier und da geben können. Hinweise für uns. Und jetzt wird uns das alles so ganz leicht vor uns ausgebreitet.
Just how it is and how it's available to each and every one of us.
Genau wie es ist und wie es für jeden Einzelnen für uns verfügbar ist.
Yes, one of the reasons, as we were discussing yesterday, when the words come, mind starts playing its games.
Wenn die Worte kommen, beginnt der Geist seine Spiele zu spielen.
Yes.
And that is the difference between the teacher and guru.
Und das ist der Unterschied zwischen Lehrer und Guru.
Yes, that's why it's to have Swamiji to have written his own autobiography is priceless.
Deswegen ist es ja auch so unbezahlbar, dass der Swamiji seine eigene Autobiografie geschrieben hat.
I mean, from my own tradition, I study Jesus, but everything that's been written down about Jesus happened
Third person.
40, 60 years after Jesus is no longer on the earth.
Aus meinem eigenen Hintergrund her habe ich mich natürlich sehr mit Jesus beschäftigt, aber alles, was wir von Jesus wissen, alles, was aufgeschrieben worden ist, das wurde ja erst niedergeschrieben, sagen wir mal, 40 bis 60 Jahre, nachdem er schon gar nicht mehr da war.
That's 2 generations later.
Das ist 2 Generationen später.
So, you know, it's only a miracle that anything survived.
Also es ist wirklich ein Wunder, dass da überhaupt irgendetwas überlebt hat.
So it reminds me Swamiji's words when I met him for the first time.
Es erinnert mich an Swamijis Worte, als ich ihm zum allerersten Mal begegnet bin.
Swamiji said that it is privilege and blessing for one's life
Swamiji sagt, es sei das Privileg und der Segen fürs eigene Leben,
to meet and travel with founder of any spiritual journey or path like Samarpan meditation.
dem Gründer irgendeines spirituellen Weges
And
zu begegnen und vielleicht sogar mit ihm zu reisen.
Swamiji asked me question,
Swamiji hat mir eine Frage gestellt.
if Shirdi Sai Baba
Wenn der Shirdi Sai Baba
established his own statue
seine eigene Statue errichtet hätte
and instilled or consecrated his own life force,
und seine eigene Lebenskraft in sie hineingegossen hätte,
in that statue, then the energy will be totally different.
wenn er sie energetisiert hätte, wenn er sie selber mit seiner Lebensenergie energetisiert hätte, dann wäre das eine ganz andere Statue.
Similarly, if Ramayana was written by Ram's own words,
Also ebenso, wenn das oder der Ramayana von Rama selber geschrieben worden wäre,
Jesus has written his own story in Bible,
oder wenn der Jesus in der Bibel seine Geschichte selber niedergeschrieben hätte,
the information would be different.
dann wären das ganz andere Informationen.
Yes.
Ja.
So this is authentic, what we are experiencing. And this is Samarpan program is doing the same thing on a different platform.
Daher ist das, was wir hier erleben, authentisch. Und die Samarpan-Meditation macht das Gleiche, aber auf einer ganz anderen Plattform.
Because Swamiji says that I did not read the books, I studied the life story of my disciple and my gurus.
Swamiji sagt ja, ich habe keine Bücher gelesen, aber ich habe die Lebensgeschichten meiner Schüler und Gurus erforscht,
So today,
untersucht.
yesterday we learned your life story.
Gestern haben wir von deiner Lebensgeschichte gehört.
By doing this, we are giving no opportunity for third party to manipulate or change the reality of our story.
Indem wir das machen, geben wir keiner dritten Partie die Chance, die Geschichte zu verändern oder zu manipulieren.
And that is what we are.
Oops.
You were just gone.
Oh, wait a minute.
We will move on the next point.
Okay.
Sohamji, I think your voice is cutting off for some reason. Is it my side or
Is
your
it-
side?
I don't know. How's my voice?
Do you hear us now?
It was Hitendraji's side, but we are back.
Okay.
Lovely.
Yeah, good.
Chandra is frozen now.
Yes, I think a lot of energy. So yeah, he's back. Hitendraji, can you hear?
Yes.
Yes, I can hear.
All right.
I was just curious if you are able to hear me also.
Yes, now we
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, so we will go on the next part. So you were invited by Swamiji for the Saints Retreat, and this was International Saints Retreat in 2018. You would like to share some experience from that retreat.
Das ist also jetzt das sind Bilder vom internationalen Saints Retreat, also das Retreat für die Heiligen weltweit, das im Februar 2018 in Dundee stattgefunden hat. Das ist eben das Retreat, zu dem der Sohamji eingeladen worden ist. Und ja, sag mal, Sohamji, magst du uns was von deinen Erfahrungen dort erzählen?
Swamiji kept asking me if there was questions.
Swamiji hat mich immer wieder gefragt, ob ich Fragen habe.
He really provoked us to ask questions.
Er wollte wirklich, dass wir Fragen stellen.
And many of the monks were able to, especially the younger monks, could ask him questions endlessly.
Und viele der Mönche, besonders die jüngeren Mönche, konnten wirklich endlos Fragen stellen.
I could not find a question.
Ich konnte keine Frage finden.
I mean, one experience was that I don't know enough to ask a question.
Eine Erfahrung war, ich weiß gar nicht genug, um eine Frage stellen zu können.
I mean, I understand everything is being said, but I wouldn't know where to go from there. I was blank.
Ich meine, ich verstehe alles, was gesprochen wurde, aber ich wusste überhaupt nicht, wie ich von da jetzt anknüpfen soll. Also bei mir war alles leer.
I believe in your life you had very fertile ground for spiritual seeds.
Ich glaube, dass du in deinem Leben ganz fruchtbaren Boden hattest für die Spiritualität.
As Swamiji says, there are other gurus like in your case, Osho Rajneesh and Papaji have worked to make that land fertile.
Und in deinem Fall waren da ja andere Gurus wie Osho und Papaji, die daran gearbeitet haben, diesen Boden fruchtbar zu machen.
Yes.
Ja.
You have gone through such a challenging life story, a life journey that made you remove all the little stones or obstacle from that land where your mind will not receive what Swamiji is giving you.
Und du hast ja so ein herausforderndes Leben durchlebt gehabt und warst ja schon lange auf dem Weg gewesen. Dadurch hattest du die Chance, wirklich alle Steine und alle Hindernisse aus diesem Boden herauszuholen, sodass du das, was Swamiji zu geben hatte, wirklich empfangen konntest.
Yes, that's true. I have not experienced any resistance at all to anything Swamiji is saying.
Ja, das stimmt. Ich habe wirklich gar keinen Widerstand erlebt in Bezug auf irgendetwas, das Swamiji gesagt hat.
Not that I understand everything,
Nicht, dass ich alles verstehen würde.
but Osho trained me.
Aber Osho hat mich wirklich trainiert,
Osho said, if you
ausgebildet.
don't understand, okay, it's okay.
Osho hat gesagt, wenn du nicht verstehst, dann verstehst du eben nicht. Das ist vollkommen in Ordnung.
Just hear it
Höre es einfach.
and don't agree or disagree. Just hear it.
Stimm nicht zu oder lehne es ab. Höre es einfach.
That's right.
Genau.
And that is what I mean by fertile land.
Das meine ich mit fruchtbarem Boden.
When I met Swamiji, I sponsored Swamiji to come to Canada without even knowing who is this person and what he has to offer.
Als ich Swamiji kennengelernt habe, habe ich ihn sofort gesponsert, nach Kanada zu kommen, ohne ihn zu kennen, ohne zu wissen, was er zu geben hat.
And within first 5 hours of our journey from Toronto to Montreal,
Und innerhalb der 5 Stunden unserer Reise von Toronto nach Montreal,
like you were mentioning about Osho,
so wie du es von Osho erwähnt hast,
I was simply listening to what Swamiji was talking.
ich habe einfach zugehört, dem gelauscht, was Swamiji gesprochen hat.
While driving, I was receiving the energy
Während wir fuhren, habe ich die Energie empfangen.
and the words came out from my mouth.
Und dann kamen Worte aus meinem Mund.
Swamiji, I don't know,
Swamiji, ich weiß nicht,
but I feel that you are answering those questions in my life that I had for long time, probably not just this life, but from past life also.
Swamiji, ich weiß es nicht, aber ich habe das Gefühl, dass du alle Fragen beantwortest, die mir lange Zeit im Kopf herumgegangen sind. Wahrscheinlich auch nicht nur in diesem Leben, sondern in vielen Leben auch davor.
Yes, this is
Yeah.
my experience too.
Ja, das ist auch meine Erfahrung.
So that proves what Swamiji says, that we know each other from many past births also.
Das beweist, was der Swamiji sagt, dass wir uns gegenseitig auch aus vielen vorherigen Leben bereits kennen.
And we are positioned in the different parts of the world,
Wir sind jetzt in den unterschiedlichsten Teilen der Welt positioniert,
just like Swamiji is trying to position the Mangal Murti or as energy statues all over the world.
genau wie der Swamiji versucht, die Mangamurtis, die Energiestatuen auf der ganzen Welt verteilt, zu positionieren.
So at higher level, beyond the intellect and mind,
Auf der höheren Ebene, jenseits von Intellekt und Geist,
I feel and I see the divine purpose being fulfilled
da kann ich fühlen und sehen, dass der göttliche Zweck erfüllt wird.
through Swamiji and through all of us.
Durch Swamiji und durch uns alle.
And that is why we should consider ourselves lucky.
Deswegen sollten wir uns wirklich glücklich schätzen.
And I personally feel so lucky in last 1 month of my interaction with you.
Und ich fühle mich persönlich ich schätze mich so glücklich. Das ist so toll, da in den letzten Monaten meine Ausrichtung und Reise mit dir.
Because so far I have just read the books of J. Krishnamurti, Osho, and Raman Maharshi. In yesterday and today, I met and I introduced you to so many people who personally had opportunity or interact with all those gurus.
Denn ich selber hatte bisher nur Bücher gelesen von Krishnamurti und Osho und Ramana Maharshi. Und gestern hatte ich das Gefühl, denen durch dich auch wirklich begegnet zu sein. Und ja, die Menschen, die jetzt da dabei waren und vielleicht auch da persönliche Erfahrungen hatten.
And on a superficial level, it may look like we are just talking here.
Auf oberflächlicher Ebene scheint es vielleicht so, als würden wir hier nur reden.
But on a conscious level, I literally feel that the Guru energy is doing its magic.
Aber auf bewusster Ebene habe ich wirklich buchstäblich das Gefühl, dass die Guru-Energien hier ihre Magie wirken lassen.
Yes.
And more we let go our dogmas and doctrines and constraints, concepts of our mind, we will be more able to enjoy that consciousness.
Je mehr wir in der Lage sind, alle Konzepte und Dogmen unseres Geistes loszulassen, desto mehr werden wir dieses Bewusstsein genießen können.
And there will be less questions and more to enjoy.
Und dann werden weniger Fragen da sein und mehr zu genießen.
So
Yeah.
I try to take opportunity to communicate with you and many other divine souls. But so far, I feel that talking to you is fulfilling my ultimate purpose of Soul Satsang channel that we started.
Und ich rede ja da mit dir und auch mit vielen anderen da auf dem Weg, aber ich habe das Gefühl jetzt in dieser Begegnung und diesem Gespräch mit dir, das erfüllt wirklich den Zweck, warum wir mit Soul Satsang begonnen haben, mit dem This is Samarpan.
Let's move on the next part. We have so many things to cover. Thank you. We'll move on the next part. So I will give a little bit break to Sohamji. Today we are going to spotlight some other souls to come and share their story with the Guru energy and Sohamji and Swamiji. Rajma, may I come to you now? Let's check your volume.
Swami,
Jai
you hear
Baba.
me?
Yes, now I can hear you. And Rajma, can you please share your anubhuti or experience of Shirdi Sai Baba?
Yes. It was about 3 weeks after I had started with Samarpan meditation. Obviously, I had also immediately heard about it after Benita had come and invited Sohamji. And it was like in the middle of November 2017 that I had the experience that Shirdi Sai Baba appeared to me. He showed himself to me. He was suddenly there. I got darshan. It happened. It was triggered through a picture. It was actually, let me show it to you. It was actually
Wow.
this picture. Can you see it?
Wow.
This was the trick. It's an original.
This is from his lifetime.
Yes. And it was more than a vision. It's like he was really there. I hope you understand. It's nothing one can really explain.
Absolutely.
And I was like totally wiped out. It was absolutely blank. I remember only that there were 2 sentences present in me. One was, wow, I have never seen anything that beautiful in my life. And the other was, all I want is be with you. That was all. And I was totally overwhelmed and I was laughing and I was crying. And it was, yes, I guess the strongest experience I have had in this life.
So that is very close to what you call Satori experience, when you are totally engrossed in the conscious level with your Kundalini awakening, and suddenly it happens without even someone touching.
And it was a total surprise for me because I had not had any knowledge or any known connection with Shirdi Sai Baba before. Yes, I had been traveling in India and I could recognize from a photo, yes, this is Shirdi Sai Baba, that's his name, and he was a saint from the past. More I did not know. And all of a sudden he appeared and it was like, of course I know, and he is the closest and dearest thing I can imagine, like that.
Absolutely, that is beautiful. And we can literally feel the vibration and energy in your words and your expression. So thank you for sharing that.
And then, of course, what happened was that I as I had known that Swamiji had planned this Mahashibir in Shirdi in April 2018, and he had called all his sadhaks and sadhikas to come. So suddenly I had this experience with Shirdi Sai Baba, and of course there was the wish, the total pull. I want to go to Shirdi in April 2018. I want to be there with Swamiji and Shirdi Sai Baba. And I also knew that there is satsang scheduled during that time. As you know, I'm Sohamji's translator, and I'm just there in each and every satsang. And it was clear I can't just go. So I spoke with Sohamji about this. Back then he was still called Samarpan. And he said, no, Rajma, this won't be possible. You have to just be there in your heart. And we have satsang. I'm not going to cancel this satsang. I already canceled the satsangs to going to the Saints retreat, and it's not going to happen. And my experience with Shirdi Sai Baba continued. The vision was not there, but the experience was very dear. And another week or so with lots of laughing and crying. And I just felt I had met my inner lover. And then it was some months later in February 18, when Sohamji went to the Saints retreat. I actually used that time gap to go also to India. I went to Samarpan Ashram in Goa. And already when we said goodbye to each other, when he was traveling first, I said to him, okay, who knows what happens there? Who knows? Maybe we end up going to Shirdi after all. And he said, no, Rajma, forget it. You know me. I'm not going to cancel my program. I already canceled something. And the other thing, you know me, I don't like crowds of people. I don't feel comfortable within many people, and many thousands are expected there. So just forget it. It's not going to happen. And then, he was in Dundee, I was in Goa, and it was like 7 days or 8 days, 9 days after that, while we were there, that we had contact. And he told me, Rajma, I'm going to stay in Dundee 45 more days, and I'm going to go to Shirdi. And I had my jaw drop, and I was like in joy, and I couldn't believe it. And he was like, yeah, my prayer has been answered. And it was like right then and there in the Goa ashram, the Supriya, the ashram manager there. Well, two things happened, or what happened is I immediately got invited to also stay 45 days, which I did. So after the originally planned 2 weeks, I also stayed another 45 days in the Goa ashram. And and she offered that I can use the computer in the office to do my work and to book my flight to Shirdi and my hotel. Yes. So then we both traveled back to Germany because our visa was only valid for 2 months. And from Germany, we all started out fresh to go to Shirdi. And by then, obviously, all Sohamji's disciples had been informed about what's going on and about the new change. And there were like 45 or even more disciples from Sohamji who had also already booked their travel to Shirdi. And yes, so that was a major
experience. It is a beautiful experience, and it starts giving goosebumps to those who are listening to it. And I just received another message from Shahido. I don't know if you know her.
Yes, sure.
It is the same time she had the experience of Shirdi Sai Baba, and she is connecting with you on that experience with the energy level. So isn't it beautiful?
Yeah, that's so beautiful. That reminds me, I would like to share one thing. It was after Benita had come to Sohamji, he already told that there were 4 days of satsang in Frankfurt. And after this, there was a retreat, our autumn retreat. So where many people were in the seminar house, and we doing 2 satsangs a day. And this is when Sohamji was for the first time sharing publicly about Swamiji in the Samarpan meditation. And it was such an energy. Everybody caught fire. It was like we were on this frequency of ecstasy. It was totally amazing. And I remember this because you mentioned Shahido. As far as I remember, she was one of the participants who were not there with us in the room, but she was actually participating online. And the online participants just caught the energy one-to-one as if they were there. And they caught fire with Swamiji and the whole thing.
Yes. I like the word.
It's amazing.
I like the word fired up because it is the enlightenment. It is the Kundalini energy or life force getting activated and lifting you up as if you are the flame flickering. Okay, so it is such a beautiful energy. It is such a beautiful enlightening experience for anyone to experience rather than to express in words, because what you are showing is probably only 10% or 5% of what you really experience. That is what I mean. And that is what all the gurus have been telling us, that you have to taste it, because I cannot tell you how does it taste.
Yes.
And that is very beautiful. You remind me of one experience we had while after the 8 days workshop with Swamiji in Montreal. We went out of a local city environment in the retreat kind of place. And there we met a gentleman near a church. There is a beautiful old church in the Quebec Magog area. It's a nice scenic area with the lake and mountains and everything. And this gentleman, he say, I was wandering in India for last 6 months, going from places to places, Haridwar, Kashi, and you asked me what place I did not go. But he says that I went there because I was looking for Guru. Think about it. He said that I was looking for Guru. And he says that I used to do meditation and I used to feel very beautiful energy all the way up to crown chakra, but I lost it. Now, he was sharing his experience. I was translator like you, and I was sharing his experience with Swamiji, and Swamiji was blessing him and guiding him through me. You will not believe, I was new after I attended only first 2 shibirs, and I did not know much, as I said, and I was very intellectual person. So surrendering easily is not easy for me, but I was still being with him and hosting him as a good host. But this gentleman is telling me in 5 minutes of conversation, I bow down to him. I'm totally surrendered to him. Now, these are the kind of things that awaken our intellect. These are the kind of things that make our mind think why this person who did not even know, who did not even meet Swamiji, and in 5 minutes he is surrendering, and I am with him for last 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, and I'm still not able to get it. What is that? I am not. And these are all the incidents that happen in our life so that we can recognize the energy of Guru, and Guru already know who you are. That's why he is with you. But this is the beautiful Anubhuti. And at the end, I gave him the pamphlet that Swamiji brought from India for us. And he said, oh, in the earlier days picture, he said, he looks like Shirdi Sai Baba. That's what the connection is, because he knew Shirdi Sai Baba. And this is what it is. Probably your soul is aware of Shirdi Sai Baba from past life. This is my personal understanding, okay? And on the way in the interview, I'm going to connect dots for everyone to understand who we are, where we are going, and why we are here today. Let's continue the journey. Thank you very much for sharing that. Oh,
Thank you.
I have Vimukto now on the screen. I have Vimukto to ask question. Vimukto, I would like to know if you notice any change in Sohamji when you saw him after almost 2 months, because you did not go with Sohamji and Rajma to India, if I believe right.
Mukta, erzähl uns doch mal, du warst doch, soweit ich weiß, nicht mit Soham und Rajma in Indien und hast ihn dann in Shirdi zum ersten Mal wieder gesehen nach 2 Monaten. Ist dir da irgendwas aufgefallen? Hast du eine Veränderung in ihm wahrgenommen?
You are muted. You are muted. Please unmute yourself.
Vimukta, wir hören dich nicht.
Jetzt?
Yes,
Bin ich
now
jetzt hören?
Jai Baba Swami.
Also ich will ein bisschen ausholen. Der Soham, damalige Samarpan, hat ja bis zum Schluss wirklich bis kurz vor seiner Abreise Satsang gegeben.
I want to just back up a little bit. Soham, or back then Samarpan, was giving satsang till the very end, till short before he traveled to India.
Und ich wollte unbedingt noch mal da sein, weil ich wusste, ich sehe diesen Meister nicht wieder.
And I made it a point to come to one of the last satsangs before he left, because I knew I'm not going to see that master again.
Ich wusste einfach, man fährt nicht zu so einem großen Meister und kommt als derselbe wieder.
I knew you won't go to such a big master and come back as the same one.
Und ich wollte noch jede Sekunde auskosten.
I wanted to taste and enjoy every second.
Und ja, und dann haben wir uns in Shirdi wieder getroffen.
And then we met again in Shirdi.
Just to introduce you, give me a second. Rasikaji, can you please move to the next slide? Yes, continue, please.
Und ja, die ersten Begegnungen waren nicht besonders,
The first meetings were not very special,
aber ich hatte mir angewöhnt, gute Fotos, also auf der Jagd zu sein nach guten Fotos von Soham.
but at the time I already had formed it a habit to hunt for good photos of Soham.
Und ich habe mich dann also in Shirdi während oder kurz bevor Swamijis Diskurs habe ich mich angenähert mit der Kamera.
So in Shirdi, on the ground, short before the discourse with Swamiji would start, I kind of came closer to him with my camera, also closer to Soham.
Nicht sicher, ob er das möchte und ob es funktionieren wird.
I didn't really know if he would like it. I didn't even know if it would work out.
Und war total konzentriert und zittrig.
I was totally concentrated and shaky.
Und ja, und er hat kooperiert und in die Kamera geguckt.
But he cooperated and was looking into the camera.
Und ich habe ihn angeschaut durch die Kamera.
So I looked at him through the camera lens.
Und es war wie durch ein Brennglas.
It was like a magnifying glass.
Und mir ist förmlich das Gesicht entgleist.
I totally lost my face.
Es traf mich wie ein Blitz.
It hit me like lightning.
Und auch das kann man nicht wirklich beschreiben.
And that too cannot really be described.
Es war wirklich so, da saß ein neuer Mensch.
It was really like that. A new person was sitting there.
Und es war, als hätte er Jahrhunderte zurückgelegt seit unserem
It was as if he had lived through many centuries since our last meeting.
Und ich dachte, oh wow, was muss passiert sein?
And I wondered, wow, what is it that happened?
Was hat er erlebt?
What did he experience?
Er war ja 20 Jahre, über 20 Jahre im Dienst für uns. Und,
He had been in service for us for over 20 years.
Und jetzt mal so allein zu sein und nur auf sich konzentriert, ja, also es war einfach erstaunlich.
And now to be totally alone and only focused on himself, I mean, it was really amazing.
That's a beautiful testimony, Vimukto. Before I go on the next part of your answer, I want people to notice.
Bevor wir jetzt zum nächsten Teil deiner Antwort kommen, möchte ich gerne die Leute auf etwas hinweisen.
Vimukto has been with Sohamji for almost 20 years, as she mentioned.
Vimukta hat mir erzählt, dass sie auch schon fast 20 Jahre mit Sohamji war.
And she has worked very closely
Und die hat auch ganz nah mit ihm zusammengearbeitet.
with Sohamji for technical aspect, for the photography, videos, and all those little details that we are seeing here.
Technische Sachen, Videosachen, Fotosachen oder kleine Details, die wir hier auch immer wieder sehen.
So she has observed many things that with ordinary eyes you and I will not notice.
Von dem her sind ihr viele Dinge aufgefallen. Sie hat Dinge beobachtet, die wir mit normalen Augen gar nicht merken würden.
Plus, emotionally and at the soul level, she is equally connected very well to Sohamji.
Und die ist emotional und auf der Seelenebene ganz genauso wunderbar mit Sohamji verbunden.
If she can notice this inner transformation in Sohamji's energy and the glow or aura of Sohamji,
Wenn sie diese innere Veränderung oder diesen Glanz, diese Aura von Sohamji wahrnehmen kann,
and if we hear from Rajma that after coming from India with 45 days of Anushthan, the energy was very, very high in the satsang or in communication from Sohamji in Germany.
und wenn wir dann das hören, dass die Energie so hoch war in dem Retreat in Deutschland, die Energie der Kommunikation über Swamiji,
I want our audience to know this.
ich möchte gerne, dass unsere Zuhörer das wissen.
It is not everything about a transaction from hand to hand.
Das sind nicht alles so Dinge, die übergeben werden von Hand zu Hand.
It is not exchange of things or information,
Es ist kein Austausch von Dingen oder von Informationen,
but there is a guru energy or the conscious transaction.
aber da ist Guru-Energie oder eben bewusste Übertragung.
And transaction should be a wrong word to use when it comes to consciousness anyway.
Wobei jetzt diese Übertragung fast noch nicht das richtige Wort ist jetzt, so was das Bewusstsein betrifft.
Because literally consciousness only flows like the air or water.
Denn buchstäblich ist es ja so, dass Bewusstsein nur fließt wie Luft oder Wasser.
More pure one's mind and heart is,
Je reiner Geist und Herz sind,
it is like a prism or diamond
es ist wie ein Diamant
that
oder ein Prisma,
will reflect the light in 7 colors.
der das Licht in 7 Farben reflektieren wird.
An evolved soul like that of Sohamji
Und ebenso mit, sorry, I didn't hear.
evolved soul, that is one who has traveled so deeply on a soul level,
Eine so weit entwickelte Seele wie der Sohamji, also jemand, der auf Seelenebene so tief gereist ist,
is no different than a diamond that is reflecting the light from white light to 7 colors.
der ist ganz genauso wie ein Diamant, der das Licht reflektiert von weißem Licht zu 7 Farben.
We should not try to see it with our 2 eyes of body.
Das sollten wir jetzt nicht versuchen, mit den 2 Augen des Körpers zu sehen.
We should not try to understand with the information and knowledge of our intellect or mind.
Wir sollten auch nicht versuchen, das mit dem Wissen des Intellekts oder des Geistes zu verstehen.
But we should experience like what Vimukto has noticed.
Aber wir sollten das, was der Vimukto aufgefallen ist, erfahren.
Keep going on the next part, Vimuktos.
Bitte erzähl weiter, Vimukto.
Eigentlich habe ich schon fast alles gesagt.
Actually, I said everything already.
Yes, so you saw completely a new human being, and there are many questions that arose in your mind.
Du hattest erzählt, dass es für dich war, wie als würdest du einem neuen Mensch begegnen und dass du dann so viele Fragen hattest.
As you shared in your experience, I would request Rajma to translate those things from the screen.
Wir übersetzen jetzt mal, was du uns schon mal geschickt hattest. Just like you meet Osho first by reading his book, after reading Swamiji's autobiography, how did you feel when you met Swamiji personally? Also, wie hast du dich gefühlt, als du dem Swamiji persönlich begegnet bist?
Didn't it feel like being with Osho or Papaji, or it was completely different?
Is that a question to Vimukto or to Sohamji?
No. These are the questions coming from Vimukto for Sohamji.
I get it.
I am putting
Get
them
it.
in one question for Sohamji next, but I am just trying to share it with our audience because this
Great.
is only in English that we have it on our slide. So
Great.
you translate it and I am saying it in English because Vimukto will find it difficult to say.
Yes, okay, I get it. Also die Vimukto hat ja erzählt, es war da, als wäre sie einem völlig neuen Menschen begegnet und da waren so Fragen wie, was ist da passiert, was hat er erfahren, und das wollen wir jetzt eben auch unseren Sohamji fragen. Sag mal, du bist ja dem Osho begegnet als allererstes dadurch, dass du sein Buch gelesen hast, und dann hast du ja Swamijis Autobiografien alle gelesen. Wie war das denn dann für dich, als du dem Swamiji persönlich begegnet bist? Swamiji, that is a question for you. You got it?
Yeah, but I will get it again. Yeah.
No, this is now the question for. So, Hitendra, will you ask him? Will you ask him?
When I go to Sohamji, I will ask him. Don't worry. This is just the questions that came in Vimukto's mind.
Ach so.
I want our audience to know that these are the mindset that she was going through when she met Sohamji after 2 months.
Okay, dann ist der Vimukto noch eine Frage gekommen. War das für dich so, als wie, wo du bei Osho warst oder bei Papaji warst, oder war das ganz anders? Wie war das für dich, dass du so lange dort warst? Was für einen Prozess hast du durchlebt? Das war bestimmt eine ganz erstaunliche Erfahrung, da so allein zu sein und nach so vielen Jahrzehnten einfach nur mit dir selbst zu sein und dich ganz dem geben zu können, nicht wahr?
And that's the end of all the questions she had.
Das waren so in etwa die Fragen, die der Vimukto da zu der Zeit gekommen waren.
Thank you very much, Vimukto. I really appreciate you sharing this inner voice or inner experience with Sohamji and being there with him at the Shirdi Mahashibir. Let's compile all this in one question and ask Sohamji now. Thank you.
Also danke, Vimukto.
Sohamji, now I'm coming to you. I hope I gave you enough break.
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay. What did you experience with Swamiji that was different from previous gurus?
Was war es denn, das deine Erfahrung mit Swamiji von deiner Erfahrung mit anderen vorherigen Gurus unterschieden hat?
Oh my goodness. There's two things with Swamiji.
Okay, da gibt es zwei Dinge in Bezug auf Swamiji.
I experienced Swamiji as a man, as a human being,
Ich habe den Swamiji als Mann, als Mensch erlebt.
loving, sweet, charming, easy,
Liebevoll, süß, charmant, umgänglich.
and I experienced him as a medium of the Guru energies,
Und ich habe ihn als Medium der Guru-Energien erlebt.
which, if I look at his face during this time, this is kind of scary,
Wenn man während so einer Zeit sein Gesicht betrachtet, macht es ja fast Angst.
looking very serious.
Er sieht sehr ernst aus.
And so much power coming through.
Da kommt solch eine Kraft durch.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say.
Yes. So basically, I would say that you saw two aspects of Swamiji. One is the physical and human to human kind of experience. And one is the subtle, which was energy to energy level of experience on a soul level.
Also man könnte es vielleicht so sagen, dass du da zwei Aspekte von Swamiji erfahren hast. Also der Mensch, die Interaktion von Mensch zu Mensch, das Verhalten, und andererseits aber auf der Seelenebene, was da an Energie durchkommt.
And you also mentioned in our personal conversation before that we cannot quantify or we cannot describe in words what you felt with Swamiji.
Und wir haben ja vorher auch schon persönlich geredet, und da sind wir ja eigentlich drauf gekommen, dass du das, was du da gefühlt hast bei Swamiji, gar nicht wirklich ermessen kannst oder in Worten beschreiben kannst.
And when you say that it is such a huge energy that when you look in his eyes, it is like ocean of consciousness. And my personal experience is you naturally surrender, you bow down when you look in his eyes, because it is totally zero and it clarifies all the things that you have in your mind. It is like you become zero.
Wenn man dem Swamiji in die Augen schaut, dann ist es ja wirklich, als würde man da in den Ozean schauen. Das ist einfach auch meine Erfahrung. Da wird in einem selber wie alles, was irgendwie im Weg steht, ausgelöscht. Man wird null. Man kommt zum Nullpunkt.
I also have to say this, that I'm slow. I've always been slow.
Ich muss auch sagen, dass ich langsam bin. Ich war schon immer langsam.
When I was a young person in school, I was not a very good student
Als ich als junger Mensch in der Schule war, ich war kein guter Schüler.
because I'm slow to learn.
Ich bin ein langsamer Lerner.
And the same is true with my relationship with Swamiji.
Und das Gleiche trifft auch auf meine Beziehung zu Swamiji zu.
My love towards Swamiji
Meine
has
Liebe,
taken all this time to grow to the present state.
meine Liebe zu Swamiji hat all diese Zeit benötigt, um zu dem heranzuwachsen, was sie jetzt ist.
And it's not at the end,
Und das ist nicht das Ende.
but it's
Yes.
thrilling. It is thrilling. This is not, I'm not talking about 4 years ago. I'm talking about now.
Und da meine ich jetzt nicht etwas, das vor 4 Jahren war. Ich spreche von jetzt.
Because I believe it is the nature to grow with time.
Ich glaube, dass es der Natur entspricht, dass man mit der Zeit wächst.
And when we interact with such a divine energy
Und wenn wir es mit solch einer göttlichen Energie zu tun haben,
coming from Swamiji,
die da von Swamiji kommt,
we are constantly growing in terms of love
dann wachsen wir die ganze Zeit, was Liebe betrifft,
that is unconditional and equal for everyone.
bedingungslose Liebe, die gleichermaßen für alle ist.
He's teaching me everything.
Er bringt mir alles bei.
He's teaching me surrender. He's teaching me love.
Er bringt mir Hingabe bei. Er lehrt mich Liebe.
I mean, it sounds funny to say somebody is teaching love, but
Es hört sich lustig an zu sagen, jemand lehrt Liebe.
it is my experience.
Aber das ist meine Erfahrung.
My experience that I didn't know love until now.
Es ist meine Erfahrung, dass ich bis jetzt nichts von Liebe wusste.
And I still don't know love.
Und auch immer noch kenne ich Liebe nicht.
To add to our audience information, Swamiji is lately writing one sentence on love every day for last almost more than 1.5 months.
Im Moment ist es ja so, dass der Swamiji uns täglich einen Satz schickt. Und zwar geht es jetzt seit über 1,5 Monaten immer um Liebe, jeden Tag.
Please do not make any misunderstanding of the words love.
Bitte jetzt dieses Wort Liebe nicht missverstehen.
What we understand love is only about the relationship on a human to human or body to body level.
Was wir normalerweise unter Liebe verstehen oder kennen, ist die Liebe von Mensch zu Mensch oder von Körper zu Körper.
But what Swamiji is trying to explain us
Aber was der Swamiji da versucht uns zu erklären,
is no different than what Jesus has said.
ist auch genau das Gleiche, was der Jesus gesagt hat.
Jesus also said, love is God or God is love.
Gott ist Liebe.
And Swamiji is saying the same thing. When you want to connect with God, the first thing that will flow from Him to you is love.
Und das Swamiji sagt genau das Gleiche. Wenn du dich mit Gott verbinden möchtest, das Erste, was von ihm strömen wird, ist Liebe.
And when we go at the lotus feet of our Guru, like Shiv Krupanand Swamiji,
Und wenn wir dann zu den Lotusfüßen unseres Gurus gehen, wie Shiv Krupanand Swamiji,
all that flows from Him to our heart and our soul is love.
dann ist alles, was von ihm fließt, zu unserem Herzen und zu unserer Seele, Liebe.
And what world is teaching you, whether it is our parents or our teachers or society or religion,
Und was die Welt uns beibringt, ob das nun die Eltern oder die Lehrer oder die Gesellschaft oder die Religion ist,
is only one thing: do this and don't do this.
es ist immer nur das eine, mach dies, mach jenes nicht.
It is only this is right, this is wrong, this is good, this is bad.
Da ist immer nur, das ist richtig, das ist falsch, das ist gut, das ist schlecht.
But these are concepts.
Aber das sind Konzepte.
When we go in front of Guru,
Wenn wir zum Guru gehen,
there are no words.
Da sind keine Worte,
There is no condition.
da ist keine Bedingung.
And that is where Swamiji says,
Und an der Stelle sagt der Swamiji,
Guru is like a bridge.
der Guru ist wie eine Brücke.
God reaches to you through that bridge of love.
Und Gott erreicht dich durch diese Brücke der Liebe.
And if you want to reach back to God,
Und wenn du Gott erreichen möchtest,
use the same bridge. It is the shortest one for you.
dann nutze doch diese Brücke. Es ist für dich die kürzeste.
So, Sohamji, you had the name given by Osho Rajneesh as Samarpan, which literally means surrender. What was your last act of surrender?
Sohamji, erzähl doch mal, der Osho Rajneesh hat dir ja den Namen Samarpan gegeben. Das bedeutet ja Hingabe. Was war denn dann deine letzte Handlung, deine letzte Hingabe?
Well, I remember I was sitting in my bed in Dandi, introspecting,
Ich weiß noch, wie ich in Dandi auf meinem Bett saß und nach innen schaute.
and suddenly it came to me that, and it's what I noticed all along, that people had a hard time with my name, Samarpan.
Und dann ist mir total klar geworden, ich meine, das war mir natürlich schon die ganze Zeit aufgefallen, dass die Leute dort das total schwierig fanden, dass mein Name Samarpan ist.
Previously, normal people on the outside might have a hard time with this name.
Früher war es einfach so, dass normale Menschen, also Leute der Welt mit diesem Namen Schwierigkeiten hatten.
But everybody in my spiritual world totally accepted this name Samarpan with no problem.
Aber alle Menschen aus meiner spirituellen Welt haben diesen Namen Samarpan problemlos angenommen.
But then I go to India, and the Indian sadhaks and sadhikas don't really know how to address me.
Aber dann komme ich dann nach Indien zu den Sadhaks der Samarpan-Meditation und die wissen nicht, wie sie mich ansprechen sollen.
They found themselves unable to address me as Samarpan.
Die konnten mich nicht mit Samarpan ansprechen.
So if someone would say, Samarpan Muni,
Dann haben sie zum Beispiel gesagt, Samarpan Muni.
which I didn't understand at all.
Das habe ich gar nicht verstanden.
What is this? I don't know anything about Muni. What
Wie,
is
was
this?
Muni? Was heißt das?
But it suddenly occurred to me that in my new family,
Und plötzlich ist mir einfach klar geworden, dass ich jetzt in meiner neuen Familie,
carrying the name Samarpan was not appropriate.
dass es da einfach nicht angemessen war, diesen Namen Samarpan zu tragen.
So I wrote to Swamiji through Tashwati,
Und da habe ich dann durch Shashwati, dem Swamiji, geschrieben,
saying two things. One is, I want to be your disciple,
da habe ich zwei Sachen mitgeteilt. Das eine war, ich möchte dein Schüler sein.
and I would like you to give me a new name.
Und ich möchte, dass du mir einen neuen Namen gibst. Ich bitte dich um einen neuen Namen.
He wrote to me immediately after his lunch and with the name Soham.
Und er hat mir direkt nach seinem Mittagessen geschrieben und den Namen Soham gegeben.
That is beautiful.
Das ist wunderschön.
I am touched by that act of surrender that you expressed to Swamiji in less than 2 months.
Ich bin so berührt durch diese Hingabe dem Swamiji gegenüber von dir in weniger als 2 Monaten.
What we need to think as audience,
Was wir jetzt als Zuhörer da bedenken müssen,
if we have been practicing Samarpan meditation for so many years,
wenn wir jetzt nach so viele Jahre lang die Samarpan-Meditation gemacht haben,
are we able to bring that level of Samarpan to Gurudev?
können wir diese Ebene von Samarpan, von Hingabe zu Gurudev bringen?
And when we surrender, is it for our soul's progress or for Swamiji's progress?
Und wenn wir uns hingeben, geht es da um die Weiterentwicklung unserer Seele oder um Swamijis Weiterentwicklung?
Why don't we get inspiration from Sohamji?
Wir könnten uns doch von Sohamji inspirieren lassen,
Because it is such a beautiful example right in front of our eyes.
denn das ist so ein wunderschönes Beispiel hier direkt vor unseren Augen.
That Sohamji, after meeting Swamiji,
dass der Sohamji, nachdem er dem Swamiji begegnet war,
is becoming that pure medium,
solch ein reines Medium wird,
the same way as Swamiji became medium for us for Himalayan Gurus.
genau wie der Swamiji für uns ein Medium für die Gurus des Himalayas geworden ist.
Until now, he was the medium for Himalayan Gurus and Swamiji in Germany only.
Bisher war er das Medium für die Gurus des Himalayas und Swamiji nur in Deutschland.
But now with Soul Satsang,
Aber jetzt mit Soul Satsang
he is spreading his love to the entire world.
verbreitet sich seine Liebe in die ganze Welt.
And there is so much to learn from his story, his life's spiritual journey.
Und wir können von seiner Geschichte, von der spirituellen Lebensreise so viel lernen.
And what a beautiful name Swamiji gave him.
Und was der Swamiji ihm da für einen schönen Namen gegeben hat.
Soham is the ultimate sound of our soul.
Soham ist der höchste Klang unserer Seele.
There is a beautiful bhajan. I want to sing 2 lines for you, Sohamji.
Es gibt
Please.
einen wunderschönen Bhajan, Swamiji. Ich mag dir gerne 2 Zeilen vorsingen.
Please,
Gerne.
you have such a lovely voice.
Gerne, du hast so eine schöne Stimme.
So there is a guru who was very high level during the same time when we had Raman Maharshi in the Arunachalam area in the south part. He comes also from southern India, but he established him just little bit south of Dandi in Ganeshpuri Vajreswari area in Maharashtra state. Okay, and his name is Nityananda.
Es gibt einen Guru, der heißt Nityananda, der ist aus der gleichen Zeitspanne wie der Ramana Maharshi, der war auch auf ganz, ganz hoher Bewusstseinsebene. Er kommt selber auch aus Südindien, hat sich dann aber etabliert etwas südlich von Dandi in Maharashtra.
And many spiritual masters from that time used to go and visit him for enlightenment.
Und viele spirituelle Meister jener Zeit sind zu ihm gegangen, haben ihn aufgesucht für ihre Erleuchtung.
And this bhajan was sang for him by his disciple.
Und seine Schüler haben ihm dieses Bhajan gesungen.
Jyot se jyot jagao, Sadguru jyot se jyot jagao. Jyot se jyot jagao, Sadguru jyot se jyot jagao. हे ज्ञानेश्वर हे योगेश्वर हे ज्ञानेश्वर हे योगेश्वर सोहम नाद जगाओ सदगुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ अंतर में युग युग से सोई चित्त शक्ति को जगाओ सदगुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ. The simple meaning of these lines that I sang is, O Guru, please light my lamp with your lamp.
O Guru, bitte leuchte mein Licht, entzünde mein Licht durch dein Licht. Das ist die Bedeutung dieser Worte.
My Kundalini or life force has been dormant for centuries.
Meine Kundalini oder meine Lebenskraft hat jahrhundertelang schlafend dagelegen.
You are the yogi of the yogis.
Du bist der Yogi der Yogis.
You are the knower of everything.
Du bist der, der alles weiß.
You are omniscient, omnipotent.
Du kannst alles sehen und bist allmächtig. Allwissend und allmächtig.
Please awaken the sound of Soham within me.
Bitte erwecke diesen Klang Soham in mir.
So that is the significance of the name that Swamiji gave you. And going more deeper, I can say that our energy is Chandranadi and Suryanadi, Ha and Sa. And when Sa is going beyond the Vishuddhi Chakra, Ham, then it becomes Soham. When we go from the you and me difference and we merge into the consciousness of the collectivity, then we reach to Agya Chakra, and then the Soham sound comes from the soul within, and then it resonates to bring us to the crown chakra. That is my understanding, okay? That is my bhav or my love for you.
Und wenn wir da jetzt ein bisschen tiefer gehen, dann können wir ja sagen, dass wir als Menschen den Surya und den Chandra Nadi Channel haben. Die haben jeweils ihren eigenen Klang. Und wenn wir dann damit das Halschakra erreichen, dann entsteht der Klang Soham. Und wenn wir dann damit höher gehen, dann erklingt der Klang Soham und dann können wir das Kronchakra erreichen.
Thank you.
Danke.
And we feel such a beautiful vibrations while we are talking about all this. Swamiji's blessings to you and your blessings to all of us.
Wir fühlen so wunderschöne Schwingungen hier, während wir sprechen. Swamijis Segen an dich und dein Segen an uns alle.
There's one thing that keeps wanting to be said, and that's my experience in Shirdi.
Eine Sache möchte die ganze Zeit noch gesagt werden, und zwar meine Erfahrung in Shirdi.
Rajma mentioned that I feel very uncomfortable in crowds.
Rajma hat es ja gerade schon erzählt, dass ich mich eigentlich in einer großen Menschenmenge sehr, sehr unwohl fühle.
But my experience in Shirdi, I didn't feel like I was in a crowd.
Aber meine Erfahrung in Shirdi war, dass ich gar nicht das Gefühl hatte, in einer großen Menschenmenge zu sein.
I was with my new family.
Ich war mit meiner neuen Familie.
And everybody was treating me so sweetly and so gently and so lovingly.
Die haben mich alle so süß, so behutsam, so liebevoll behandelt.
I would be walking through some dangerous area, and all of a sudden, some man would reach out and take my hand and help me to not damage my body.
Ich war dann zum Beispiel gerade unterwegs und irgendwie in einer gefährlichen Situation und plötzlich war ein Mann da und hat einfach mich eingehakt und mir geholfen und ich kam nicht zu Schaden.
A person whose face I've never seen before and not since. It was just a hand coming, helping.
Eine Person, die ich noch nie zuvor gesehen hatte und auch seither nie mehr gesehen habe, da war einfach eine helfende Hand gekommen.
This is my experience of the Indian sadhaks.
Das ist meine Erfahrung der indischen Sadhaks und Sadhikas.
Lovely family.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is what Swamiji meant when he says that I have created the global Samarpan family, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, for you. You will never be alone when you are in the Samarpan family.
Eine wunderbare Familie. Ja, so hat das Swamiji das auch für uns kreiert, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Die ganze Welt ist eine Familie. Wenn du da in diesen Kreisen unterwegs bist, bist du niemals alleine.
And through this program of This is Samarpan,
und durch dieses Programm jetzt, dieses This is Samarpan-Programm
and through this YouTube channel Soul Satsang,
und durch diesen YouTube-Kanal Soul Satsang,
from the bottom of my heart and from my soul,
aus der Tiefe meines Herzens und von meiner Seele,
I bow down to the Guru energies
ich verneige mich vor den Guru-Energien,
to pass our love and respect
unsere Liebe und unseren Respekt weiterzugeben
to the divine soul of Sohamji.
an die göttliche Seele von Sohamji.
And also I welcome your soul
Und ich möchte auch eure Seele einladen
to this global Samarpan family.
in diese globale, weltweite Samarpan-Familie.
Please come and join us.
Bitte schließt euch uns an.
We are the soul tribe.
Wir sind die Seelenfamilie, der Seelenstamm.
Yes.
Soul family.
Wir sind Seelenfamilie.
Experience the vibration, don't go on the words.
Erlebt einfach die Schwingungen. Macht euch nichts aus den Worten.
And I can tell you, you will be delighted, you will be enlightened.
Und ich kann euch sagen, das wird eine Riesenfreude für euch sein. Ihr werdet erleuchtet.
This is the power of soul. This is not the power of intellect or material things.
Das ist die Kraft der Seele. Das ist nicht die Kraft des Intellektes oder der materiellen Dinge.
This is the love of Guru energy.
Das ist die Liebe der Guru-Energie.
Jai Atmeshwar. Let's go on the next part. So that was a lot of love and lot of vibrations. What changed in your satsang, Sohamji? How did it impact your followers in Germany after you came back from India and after visiting Shirdi, Mahashibir?
Da war jetzt gerade wahnsinnig viel Liebe und wahnsinnig viel Schwingungen. Sohamji, die nächste Frage. Was hat sich denn in deinen Satsangs verändert und was für eine Auswirkung hat es auf deine Schüler in Deutschland gehabt, nachdem du aus Indien zurückgekommen bist und eben auch in Shirdi gewesen bist?
In the beginning, I found myself less confident,
Am Anfang habe ich mich nicht so selbstsicher gefühlt,
realizing the magnitude of Swamiji.
da habe ich die Größe von Swamiji erkannt.
I had lost some of my arrogance,
Ich hatte einen Teil meiner Arroganz verloren,
but also some of my self-confidence.
aber eben auch einiges an Selbstvertrauen.
Some people pointed this out to me, that they found this disturbing or irritating.
Darauf haben mich dann auch einige hingewiesen, sie haben das als störend empfunden.
But this was not the first time I experienced this. I experienced this when I came back from visiting Papaji in India also.
Aber das war ja auch, nachdem ich Papaji in Indien besucht hatte und wiedergekommen war, meine Erfahrung gewesen.
Slowly, a new person gets built,
Nach und nach wird eine neue Person aufgebaut.
one who is more of a true medium,
Eine, die noch mehr ein wahres Medium ist.
I am a very small soul compared to your divine holiness, but may I try to interpret your experience and try to explain to our
Ich bin eine
audience?
ganz kleine Seele im Vergleich zu deiner Heiligkeit, aber darf ich bitte mal versuchen, das, was du gerade gesagt hast, zusammenzufassen, unseren Zuhörern zu erklären.
So yesterday's story, as I was mentioning, we get different teachers at different level in our life.
Das habe ich ja gestern schon erzählt, dass wir jetzt in verschiedenen Ebenen unseres Lebens verschiedene Lehrer bekommen.
And if we want to go up to the PhD level, we have to go through elementary and high school and college and undergraduate, graduate level studies.
Wenn wir irgendwann mal den Doktortitel machen wollen, dann müssen wir trotzdem zuallererst in den Kindergarten, in die Grundschule, ins Gymnasium, an die Uni und so weiter gehen.
And Swamiji says that we can understand easily when we want to grow a tree of fruit, we have to plant the seed.
Und der Swamiji sagt ja auch, das ist für uns ja leicht verständlich, wenn wir einen Obstbaum wollen, dann müssen wir eben erstmal einen Samen pflanzen.
Swamiji said, why we don't understand that for the spiritual tree also we need that kind of seed.
Swamiji sagt, warum versteht ihr das nicht, dass man für den spirituellen Baum eben auch einen Samen braucht?
Yes, you had Osho in your life before,
Ja, du hast vorher schon Osho in deinem Leben gehabt.
and it is not that Osho did not give you what Swamiji has given you.
Und es ist ja nicht so, dass der Osho dir das, was der Swamiji gegeben hat, nicht gegeben hätte.
But it is our state of receiving that make us absorb only what we can take.
Aber es ist ja unsere Fähigkeit zu empfangen, durch die wir dann einfach das, was wir absorbieren können, aufnehmen.
And we graduate only as much as we need at that specific time and phase of our life.
Und wir entwickeln uns eben immer entsprechend dem weiter, was wir zu der Zeit oder zu der Lebensphase brauchen.
So I felt that every experience is our teacher.
Daher hatte ich das Gefühl, dass jede Erfahrung unser Lehrer ist.
And unless and until we don't go through that journey of experience of ups and downs, happiness and sorrow, we will not be able to enjoy the life and learn the lessons that we should learn.
Und wenn wir nicht durch diese Reise wirklich mitmachen, die Hochs und Tiefs und Glück und Sorgen und so weiter, dann lernen wir auch nicht das, was wir lernen sollen und kommen nicht an die Stelle, wo wir das Leben genießen können.
As we were discussing before in our first meeting, Osho wanted that we go all the way at the bottom to the unconsciousness also, and all the way up to the top in the consciousness level also.
Osho wollte ja, dass wir wirklich bis ganz hinunter dringen ins Unterbewusstsein und bis ganz hoch kommen ins Überbewusstsein.
Unless and until those situation does not come in our life,
Bis diese Situationen nicht in unser Leben kommen,
it remain only as an information in our brain.
bleibt das einfach als Information im Gehirn.
The moment we experience that situation and that event in our life by the phase of our life,
In dem Moment, wo wir diese Erfahrung wirklich haben in unserem Leben oder in der Lebensphase,
it is at that time we realize we take out that information from the brain or intellect and connect the dots. Oh, this is what Osho meant, or this is what Papaji meant. This is what Swamiji is giving me.
und da nehmen wir dann diese Informationen jetzt quasi wie so Puzzlestückchen aus dem Kopf raus und können alles wie verbinden und erkennen, das ist das, was der Swamiji mir jetzt gibt.
Yeah, there's something else that wants to be said, and that is Osho's approach about sexuality was a very great help to me.
Da möchte gerade noch etwas gesagt werden. Die Art, wie der Osho mit dem Sex umgegangen ist oder sich dem Thema Sexualität angenähert hat, das war eine riesengroße Hilfe für mich.
But it is Swamiji that completed this.
Aber der Swamiji, der hat das für mich jetzt wirklich vollendet.
Swamiji was.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, so as you mentioned in yesterday's answer also, and during our conversation also, we carry a lot of things, not just from this life, but from past life also on a subconscious level. And
auf unbewusster Ebene bringen wir ganz, ganz viel mit, Sachen, die nicht nur aus diesem Leben sind, sondern auch aus letzten Leben.
And that is repressed. It is not that we are knowingly trying to suppress it on a conscious level.
Und das sind unterdrückte Dinge, ohne dass wir das jetzt bewusst versuchen zu unterdrücken.
It is repressed and unconsciously sitting in our subconscious level.
Das ist unterdrückt und sitzt dann unbewusst in unserem Unterbewusstsein.
What Osho was doing is he was 50 years ago trying to shake the pot.
Der Osho hat einfach versucht, den Topf mal kräftig durchzuschütteln.
Indirectly, he was digging the ground of our mind and our thoughts.
Indirekt hat er eigentlich den Boden unseres Geistes und unserer Gedanken durchgraben.
That is what a farmer does to make the ground fertile.
So macht es ja ein Bauer. Er muss ja den Boden vorbereiten.
Because that is how our concepts or our dogma or our misconception gets cleared.
Denn da werden ja unsere falschen Konzepte und Missverständnisse und unechten Dogmen geklärt.
And Swamiji was talking to a monk and said something like, don't worry about the sexual responses of the body. That's just body.
Der Swamiji hat da mit einem Mönch geredet. Er hat gesagt, mach dir keine Sorgen oder Gedanken wegen den sexuellen Reaktionen des Körpers. Das ist einfach Körper.
If your mind is pure, there's no problem.
Wenn dein Geist rein ist das gar kein Problem.
And the body can feel sexual. The body can have ejaculations once a month. This is totally normal and is not a problem.
Dann kann sich der Körper sexuell fühlen, dann kann der Körper einmal im Monat ejakulieren. Das ist alles ganz normal und überhaupt kein Problem.
This really completed everything for me and it just took away all the conflicts.
Das hat für mich wirklich alles abgerundet und jeden Konflikt genommen.
So what I was in your journey, Osho was your teacher to remove the repression of the body level.
Der Osho war dein Lehrer, so wie ich das sehe, um das Unterdrücken auf Körperebene zu entfernen.
I felt Gangaji and Papaji's Satsang was there to clear the dogmas or concepts of the mind level to make it still.
Und ich habe das Gefühl, dass Gangaji und Papaji da waren, um die Dogmen auf der Verstandesebene zu klären, dass der ruhig wird.
I need to excuse myself and use the toilet.
Ich muss bitte kurz auf Toilette gehen.
Please continue.
No problem. So I will just a little bit elaborate on the slide. So yesterday we were looking at this slide and we put the Mount Kailasa where Swamiji's photo is here, and we put the title of this slide as Spiritual Thirst. Sohamji wanted to experience more or to know more. He said that at that time, even though he was doing satsang, he felt like there is some thirst. I want to know more. What I know is not enough. I want to know more. And today what we are seeing is the guy who is holding the camel and bringing it closer to Kailasa is synonymous, or it is something that you can connect the dot as Swamiji bringing Sohamji's soul to his Sahasrara chakra or to his higher chakras through Samarpan meditation. And as you notice also in this satsang, you are seeing the subtle body photo of Swamiji now, which replaced the photo of other gurus in the past. So that is the change that we are noticing. And Rajma, you are still there?
No, it's also too late.
Not a problem, not a problem. And here we are trying to show you the impact of Samarpan meditation in the satsang, how it changed. So you can see all the sadhaks celebrating and congregating together in the satsang, and you see the subtle body photo of Shiv Kripanand Swamiji, to whom Sohamji is literally accepting as guru and doing meditation in front of it. And as per his information and answer, he included Samarpan meditation as first part of his satsang, and he also included reading one para or one script of Samarpan Yoga of Himalayas, Swamiji's autobiography, in his discourses for the satsang. So that is the change, and that is how he is becoming pure medium to spread the energy of the Himalayan gurus to the people around him as his soul family in Germany. So this is the summary. When Rajma comes back, we will translate it for German people. But what is the next slide? I just want to say, because we don't want to run out of the time. So we were asking Sohamji about if he got opportunity to retreat Samarpan meditation events after he joined Samarpan meditation. And there are some photos that we can share with you. So this is, of course, the Shirdi Mahasibir from 2018. And this was a video conference with Swamiji of all the Germany sadhaks in May 2018. This is another retreat, I believe, in 2019 May. And you can see we were only 15-20 sadhaks in Germany, Samarpan family, and now it is hundreds of them. And that is all because of the involvement of Sohamji and helping us in this spreading of Samarpan meditation all over Germany. Two more pictures from May 2019 retreat. And some of our sadhaks internationally also attended this retreat in Germany. They invited everyone from around the world to attend this retreat. And Vireshji, our country head from Canada, also attended this retreat. So in July 2020, when Swamiji gave the online Diksha, Sohamji and his wife Marga, and this is Rajma, and one more sadhika, they were able to get the Guru Diksha from Swamiji during the July 2020 Guru Purnima. This is another photo, beautiful photo that we have. And while they are coming, we can watch this video of Sohamji's 88th birthday. And I'm sure you are going to love this. Jai Baba Swami.
Hat man leider nur einmal im Jahr. Plötzlich kommt ungelogen ein blaues Flugzeug geflogen und ein Zauber steigt aus ganzem Weiß. Er will mir gratulieren, ein paar Filme vorführen und er schenkt allen Eskimo Eis. Ich bin so glücklich, ich spiel für alle, Ziehharmonika, na klar, denn Geburtstag hat man leider nur einmal im Jahr.
Thank you, Soham. All the best to you. You made my life comes more true. I feel so much gratitude. My love will always be with you. Thank you, Soham. May God bless you.
I'll be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires.
80 years young, Soham. 80 years young, Soham. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Baba Swami, Jai Baba Swami, Jai Baba Swami, Jai Baba Swami.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sohamji. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sohamji. Happy birthday to you.
Namaste. My name is Ashish Kalawar. I'm from India. And today is a very special day for me. Today is Sohamji's birthday. And I met Sohamji in a Dandi ashram in Gujarat first time. And 10 days, which I got the proximity of Sohamji, I'm truly blessed. What a divine proximity it was. And on your birthday, Sohamji, I want you to know that your innocence, simplicity, divinity are an inspiration to me every day. And hope your birthday is one of the blessing, joy, love that satisfies the soul. And may Swamiji bless you with good health and long life. Happy birthday, Swamiji. Your presence always inspired me a lot. Thank you very much.
We are so thankful that you are in our lives.
Yes, you are the big star, watching for us, guiding us, helping us. We are so thankful for your being.
Yeah, thank you for everything. We bow down
Yes,
and we love you.
In gratitude
In
to
gratitude.
you.
Jai Baba Swami.
Sohamji, thank you for everything.
hands. Happy birthday!
That was such a beautiful video. Thank you, Vimukto, for sharing all the clips. And thank you, Sonalji, Rasikaji, for helping us preparing in such a short clip. I hope, Sohamji, you'll remember those good days with all your friends and Sadhak followers here.
Sohamji, danke. Vimukto, danke, dass du das Video zur Verfügung gestellt hast. Und es sieht aus, als wäre das wirklich ein ganz, ganz, ganz wunderbarer Tag gewesen mit deinen Freunden und Schülern.
You would like to say any words, Sohamji?
No, in times like this, I'm really speechless.
Nein, in solchen Momenten bin ich sprachlos.
We missed that. We could not hear that.
See, there we go. You can't hear me.
The volume need to be adjusted again a little bit.
Okay.
Jetzt ist das Mikro
Yes,
an.
now we are getting.
It's okay. Good. Yes, I have no words when things like this are happening,
Wenn sowas passiert, dann habe ich einfach keine Worte.
but my heart is singing
Aber mein Herz singt.
just
Yes.
now.
Jetzt, ja.
It is always pleasure to see the simplicity, humility, and divinity in one person like you, and enjoy that company.
Es ist immer so eine Freude und so ein Segen, so eine Einfachheit und Bescheidenheit in jemandem wie dir zu sehen. Und ich genieße es, da in deiner Gesellschaft zu sein.
So while you were not here, I tried to go through a couple of things, the slides from the events which you attended, and the growth that took place after you joined Samarpan meditation. If you have any comments, especially about the impact of Samarpan meditation in your satsang and the Guru Diksha and all that.
Wir sind ja jetzt in der Pause hier schon durch verschiedene Sachen gegangen, die du erlebt hast mit der Samarpan-Meditation, seit du dann wieder da warst. Möchtest du vielleicht zum einen oder anderen etwas sagen?
Well, Samarpan meditation has taken over my satsang.
Naja, die Samarpan-Meditation hat meinen ganzen Satsang übernommen.
It's like it just is like this,
So ist es einfach.
and I'm so happy about it.
Und ich bin wirklich froh darüber.
And okay, so my purpose in life was to come to Germany and invite Swamiji to come.
Es war also Sinn und Zweck meines Lebens, nach Deutschland zu kommen und Swamiji einzuladen, auch zu kommen.
And since my life continues, my purpose is to continue to invite people to join.
Und da mein Leben weitergeht, ist jetzt mein Sinn und Zweck, die Leute weiterhin einzuladen, da mitzumachen.
Because I want everybody to have this gift.
Denn ich möchte, dass dieses Geschenk wirklich jeder hat.
Yes, and I can see that even though you were very humble and very simple in your expression yesterday, that you are very little in compared to the ocean of Swamiji's consciousness.
Ich kann sehen, dass du ja so demütig bist und so einfach und einfach sehr wenig im Vergleich zum Ozean des Bewusstseins von Swamiji.
Well, Swamiji said that the gurus had to choose somebody like him that were not 100% pure gold, but like 90% gold to be able to come into the world to be with us.
Naja, Swamijis Gurus haben ja gesagt, dass sie jemanden wie ihn wirklich auswählen mussten. Jemand, der nicht 100% Gold ist, aber 90% Gold, damit er überhaupt in die Welt zu uns zurückkommen kann.
And I'm maybe 10% gold, but I'm closer to the normal person.
Ich bin vielleicht 10% Gold, aber ich bin dem normalen Menschen näher.
So I can relate to everybody.
Also kann ich wirklich mit jedem in Bezug treten.
Yes. And it is very well known for the Indians who wear a lot of gold jewelry that you cannot have the jewelry made from 24 karat gold. You need the 22 karat or less to have the stronger and good quality jewelry.
Und wir Inder, wir wissen das wirklich, es sind ja viele Inder die Goldschmuck haben und man weiß das einfach, mit 24 Karat Gold kann man keinen Schmuck machen, man braucht 22 Karat oder weniger, damit das eine gute Qualität hat und ein gutes Stück ist.
And the more the gold is exposed to rough treatment, the less pure it needs to be.
Und je mehr das Gold der eher etwas gröberen Behandlung ausgesetzt ist, desto weniger rein muss es sein.
Yeah, it really is like this.
Ja, so ist es wirklich.
And it is because of the gold has to go through fire, through hammering, through cutting. It becomes such a beautiful ornament at the end.
Und da das Gold dann eben wirklich durch das Feuer geht und das behämmert werden, beschnitten werden und so weiter, dann wird es letztendlich ein wunderschönes Schmuckstück.
What we learned in your story is that journey of becoming a beautiful ornament for the humankind.
Und was wir aus deiner Geschichte lernen, ist einfach wie man dieses wunderschöne Ornament für die Menschheit werden kann.
Yes.
Ja.
We can go on the next part. The photos of the activities. Yeah, so these are the photos from your Shirdi Mahashibir. And as you said, that there are so many people around you.
Das sind jetzt also die Fotos von Shirdi Mahashibir. Ja, und wie du ja schon sagtest, so viele Menschen um dich herum.
I can.
And I did not experience being in a crowd. I felt I had always an adequate space around me. I had no problem. I didn't feel like I was in a crowd.
Also
There were only 40,000 people or so, but
ich hatte gar nicht das Gefühl, dass ich da in einer Menschenmenge war. Also da war immer genug Platz um mich rum. Das fühlte sich überhaupt nicht gedrängt an. Ach, wir waren halt so 40.000 Menschen.
Yes. So Guru is the one who makes you merge with such an ocean of droplets of soul.
Osho ist der dich verschmelzen lässt mit solch einem Ozean aus so vielen Tropfen, die Seelen sind.
And in his presence, we don't even realize that we are giving up our privacy and we are merging into such a great collectivity.
Und in seiner Präsenz merken wir gar nicht, dass wir unsere Privatsphäre aufgeben und in so eine große Kollektivität hineinschmelzen.
do you know, I have to tell you one little story.
Eine kleine Geschichte muss ich euch erzählen.
I love those stories.
Ich liebe diese Geschichten.
In Dandi, I realized, okay, with this old body, I have a difficult time. I don't like sitting in a chair, certainly not a chair with arms, except the one I'm sitting in now, which I found for myself.
Ich habe in Dandi entdeckt, dass ich nicht auf dem Boden sitzen kann und dass ich auch nicht gerne auf dem Stuhl sitze, schon gleich gar nicht auf einem Stuhl mit Armlehnen, außer der, in dem ich jetzt gerade sitze, den ich mir gefunden habe.
But I like to sit in a lotus posture.
Und ich sitze eben gerne in Lotusstellung.
And it feels good. It feels like this is the posture I want to be in.
Es fühlt sich gut an. Es fühlt sich so an, ja, in dieser Haltung möchte ich sein.
Only problem, this old body doesn't manage this at all.
Das einzige Problem ist, dass das dieser alte Körper nicht hinkriegt.
But I found out if I elevate my ass by about 20 centimeters, then it works fine.
Ich habe aber herausgefunden, wenn ich meinen Hintern etwa 20 Minuten erhöhen kann, dann funktioniert es.
Rasikaji, can you go back to the previous slide where Sohamji is meditating? This is the one on the left side.
Yeah, that's my little plastic stool that I found.
Ja, das ist so ein Plastikstühlchen, das ich gefunden habe, ein Plastikhocker.
But this came out of what I found in Dandi. They had these baskets made out of bicycle tires and bamboo.
Aber erst war ich ja in Dandi und hatte da was entdeckt. Und zwar hatten sie da diese Körbe, die aus Fahrradreifen und Bambus gemacht waren.
And I discovered that this was, for the time, it was perfect for me.
Und ich hatte entdeckt, dass das für mich da perfekt war.
And you know what happened when I went to Dandi? They had taken 2 of these baskets for me.
Und weißt du, was passiert ist? Als ich dann nach Shirdi kam, da haben die 2 solcher Körbe für mich mitgebracht,
so that I could sit very comfortably in the Shabir.
so dass ich dann in der Schibir ganz bequem sitzen konnte.
And sitting on this basket, I could sit for 3 hours. There's no problem.
Und auf diesem Korb konnte ich wirklich problemlos 3 Stunden sitzen.
And sit for another 2 hours with the translation.
Und dann nochmal 2 Stunden sitzen, während wir die
with the other
Übersetzung bekommen
basket.
haben, mit dem anderen Korb.
You know, these people are so sweet. They just arranged it so that I had exactly what I needed.
Die Leute sind so süß, die haben das alles so arrangiert, dass ich genau
This
das
really
hatte,
touches me.
was ich gebraucht habe. Das berührt mich total.
So you got the replacement for your current chair in Dandi.
Well, the current chair has grown out of this. That came later, actually.
Dieses Stühlchen, das man jetzt hier sieht, das ist ja erst danach entstanden. Das war inspiriert durch den Korb, den ich in Dandi gefunden hatte.
Yes, I want you to give some comments about the Guru Purnima 2020.
Kannst du was zu Guru Purnima 2020 sagen?
Yes. This was your first Guru Purnima you attended with Swamiji?
Das war also dein erstes Guru Purnima, an dem du mit Swamiji teilgenommen hast?
Yes.
Ja.
And what did you feel about this event online?
Was hast du da gefühlt, dass du online bei diesem Event teilgenommen hattest?
Perfect.
Es war perfekt.
I don't know. I don't have words. It was just nothing was missing. At the time, okay, the corona crisis was happening, so there's no possibility to be in India.
Right.
War einfach perfekt, da hat nichts gefehlt. Das war ja während der Corona-Krise, also stand es gar nicht zur Debatte, das in Indien zu feiern.
I had remembered that Sashwati had told me while I was in Dandi that, oh, you want to come to Guru Purnima?
Ich hatte mich erinnert, dass als ich in Dandi war, hatte ich Shashwati mir gesagt, du solltest unbedingt zum Guru Purnima Fest kommen.
You know, this is not possible financially. I can't do that this year at all.
Ich sagte, also finanziell ist es nicht möglich, das geht dieses Jahr auf gar keinen Fall.
But I think that's what she was telling me, that the coming Guru Purnima would be the last time that I could have done that face-to-face with Swamiji.
Aber ich schätze mal, dass das eigentlich da schon die Mitteilung gewesen ist, dass das kommende Guru Purnima das letzte Mal gewesen wäre, wo ich das wirklich in Swamijis Live-Präsenz hätte erleben können.
But of course she didn't say that and she didn't push it at all. I just said no way and that was it.
Das hat sie so nicht gesagt. Sie hätte auch gar nichts irgendwie erzwingen wollen. Ich habe einfach gesagt, das geht nicht und das war's dann.
But I don't feel like I missed anything.
Jetzt habe ich aber wirklich nicht das Gefühl, als hätte ich irgendwas verpasst.
Swamiji came through so perfectly, so beautifully.
Swamiji ist ja so perfekt, so wunderschön durchgekommen.
His energy was absolutely with us.
Seine Energie war total bei uns.
But almost 60,000 people throughout the world took advantage of this either through Zoom meeting or YouTube or even TV channels in India.
Es waren ja über 60.000 Menschen auf der ganzen Welt, die durch Zoom-Meetings, durch YouTube-Kanäle und in Indien sogar durch Fernsehsender hier da an diesem Programm teilgenommen haben.
And if we can go 2 slides backward, these are the online video conference and other retreats that you had. If you want to give any comments, this is very early days when you came back probably after Shirdi Shibir, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Das war jetzt während der Videokonferenz, die hat ja kurz nachdem du aus Shirdi wiedergekommen warst, stattgefunden.
Yes. About 500 people showed up.
Da waren etwa 500 Menschen.
This was very cool.
War echt toll.
I think this was one of the biggest event for the Germany sadhaks with Swamiji online video conference.
Ich glaube, das war für die deutschen Sadhaks eines der größten Ereignisse mit Swamiji, eine Online-Live-Videokonferenz.
Yeah, Benita arranged this. I had nothing to do with the arrangements.
Es hat die Benita eingefädelt, also ich war da bei der Organisation nicht beteiligt.
She did a marvelous job.
Sie hat das wirklich ganz hervorragend
gemacht. As she does with everything.
Sie macht ja alles ganz hervorragend.
We are very proud of Binita being there in Germany, and we are thankful to her for connecting you with us, because even Swamiji looks so happy, if you can see in this picture.
Wir
Yes.
sind der Benita dankbar, dass sie da ist in Deutschland und dass sie dich mit uns verbunden hat. Man kann sehen, dass sogar der Swamiji ist total glücklich da auf diesem Bild.
Yes, I felt Swamiji's happiness.
Ja, ich konnte Swamijis Glück spüren.
And it was during this time that Swamiji was invited to come to Germany to do Shibirs.
Und es war während dieser Zeit, dass der Swamiji auch eingeladen wurde, wirklich selber nach Deutschland zu kommen, um Workshops zu geben.
And Swamiji was so inspired by this collectivity here that he said, yes,
Und der
I'll come.
Swamiji war durch diese Kollektivität hier so inspiriert, dass er sagte, ja, ich werde kommen.
And we could see it on the next slide.
Und das können wir jetzt auf dem nächsten Bild sehen.
This is, yes.
This is when
This is
Swamiji
result.
came in May 2019.
Yes.
Das war dann 2019 im Mai bei einem der Retreats, als der Swamiji gekommen war.
So it was very beautiful collectivity and beautiful retreat program.
Wunderschöne Kollektivität, ganz tolles Retreat-Programm.
Let's move on the next part. We have seen the video. Let's go. So it is time for us to bring someone very, very special and dear to Sohamji.
Wollen wir jemanden noch willkommen heißen hier? Jemand, der für Sohamji ganz was Besonderes ist, ganz nah mit Sohamji ist?
Do we have that special person sitting in her place?
Yes, she's coming.
Momentarily, it's happening.
Yes. So as we know, behind every successful man, there is a divine energy.
Wie wir ja wissen, hinter jedem erfolgreichen Mann steht eine göttliche Energie.
And that energy for Sohamji is Marga.
Und für Sohamji ist diese Energie Marga.
How are you doing, Marga?
Marga, wie geht's dir?
I'm excited because normally I'm not so much in the foreground. That's more my job to be in the background and organize and do everything that.
We are the family, so we cannot complete this program without talking to you.
Ich bin total aufgeregt,
That's
weil
nice,
normalerweise
thank you.
meine Aufgabe eher im Hintergrund ist und ich nicht so im Vordergrund stehe. Du, aber es war völlig klar hier, wir sind Familie und wir können dieses Programm nicht machen, ohne wenigstens kurz mit dir geredet zu haben.
Yes.
And thank you for accepting our invitation.
Danke, dass du unsere Einladung angenommen hast.
I thank you that you invited me.
Danke, dass ihr mich eingeladen habt.
So did you learn something in the last 2 days of our communication with Sohamji, something that you did not know before?
Hast du jetzt in den letzten 2 Tagen in der Kommunikation mit Sohamji irgendwas erfahren, was du vorher nicht gewusst hast?
No, just I talk maybe mix here.
Wie du magst.
Es hat eigentlich nur das bestätigt.
It confirmed something for me.
Ja, es hat nur bestätigt, was in what happened in my life through Soham. That it's like we belong together to bring this truth to the people. That's what I feel. That I can support him and that he is the one who is connecting with the people and bring the truth to the world.
Also für mich hat es eigentlich eher bestätigt, das, was ich auch spüre, dass wir da zusammen einfach den Menschen die Wahrheit bringen.
Right, like Sohamji said, that after meeting Swamiji, he feels that he is reaching to the purpose of his life. And I believe you feel the same after meeting Sohamji.
Yeah, it was a little magic how we came together.
Ich habe das Gefühl, das für dich ja sicherlich auch, dass dein Lebensziel dann erfüllt war, als du zu Sohamji kamst. Ja, das war irgendwie magisch, als wir zusammenkamen.
If Sohamji allows, we would like to know that time.
Falls der Sohamji das jetzt erlaubt, wir würden das gerne hören.
Yeah, as a friends informed me about the satsang in Frankfurt from a Californian guy. And they say, come, and I was very touched about his innocence and my heart was immediately very much touched. And
Freunde hatten mir davon erzählt, dass da so ein Typ aus Kalifornien Satsang gibt und dass ich da mal kommen soll. Und ich habe da sofort so gespürt, dass mein Herz so berührt ist.
So there was one evening, I think after 3 weeks, I attended where I came alone to Satsang, and Soham said, Samapan that time, what we should do, and I said, okay, let's do Satsang.
Und dann gab es einfach eine Situation, da kam ich zum Satsang. Das war, glaube ich, 3 Wochen, nachdem ich zum ersten Mal beim Satsang gewesen bin. Und da war ich die einzige Teilnehmerin im Satsang. Und da hat der Soham, damals hieß er noch Samapan, gesagt, ja, was machen wir denn jetzt? Und ich sagte, komm, wir machen Satsang.
So, we sat together, and then he asked me what is really important in my life. And I said, yeah, for sure, I would like to realize my true self. And that time I was not very happy. Also, the second thing with my partnership. And I said, yeah, actually, I would like to have a partner which I go along very good. Und
er hat mich dann gefragt, sag mal, was ist dir wichtig im Leben? Was willst du in deinem Leben? Und ich habe gesagt, ja, ich möchte gerne erkennen, wer ich wirklich bin, aber ich wünsche mir doch auch einen Partner. Damals hatte ich eine Beziehung, die nicht so gut lief, mit dem ich einfach gut klarkomme, eine schöne Partnerschaft.
So, and out of his mouth came, can you imagine that it's me, that I am this partner?
Und dann kam aus seinem Mund, könntest du dir vorstellen, dass ich das bin, dass ich dieser Partner bin?
And I was like, whoops. I said, okay, it's not a yes and it's not a no. I was kind of, for sure, I was open because but it was like he was he was a Satsang teacher for me. And,
ich war eher total erstaunt. Da war kein Ja, da war kein Nein. Klar, ich war offen, aber für mich war das natürlich mein Satsang-Lehrer.
So it happened that he and also in this time his that time wife was in the satsangs present, and it was his birthday coming up, where we would have met, or where we met again, and I was kind of irritated, and then I thought, okay, maybe I have to talk in satsang about it. But he said at the very beginning of the satsang, if I would. He just felt that Swamiji, not Swamiji, Papaji had just talked to him and said, hey, just marry her. And this was, again, I was sweating. I was totally embarrassed because his wife was also in there.
Und das war alles kurz.
He just did this very openly. He was so open and direct, and like in all his steps in his life, he is like this. Just if he sees that's right, he's going for it.
Das war damals dann ganz seltsam, weil da war kurz danach der Geburtstagssatsang. Seine damalige Frau war dann da auch noch da, und ich dachte, ich weiß jetzt auch überhaupt nicht, was ich da tun soll und wie ich mich verhalten soll. Und das Erste, was dann passiert ist, während diesem Satsang sagt er öffentlich, dass der Papaji eben gesagt hätte, heirate diese Frau. Ich habe geschwitzt, ich wusste gar nicht, wie mir geschah. Aber genau das ist eben so seine Art. Wenn er spürt, dass irgendwas richtig ist, dann geht er dafür.
So when he came, just to jump to Swamiji now, when he came back from India, and I also hadn't seen him for, I don't know, for 2 months. Yeah, 2 months. He had the same, I had also the feeling he had the same innocence or transparency, or I had the feeling there's nobody there really. And this was threatening me. Because it was like, okay, what's going on? Is he continuing with his life like it was? Does he continue with satsang? Everything was so open, so I was very happy that we could meet Swamiji live in Shirdi, then together, that we could go together, and that I had a direct contact to Swamiji for
very beautiful.
get to meet him.
Ich wollte jetzt mal ganz kurz springen, dann einige Jährchen später, als der dann schon Soham aus Indien wiederkam, da hatte ich auch das Gefühl, da begegne ich jemanden ganz neuen, ganz unschuldigen und eigentlich hatte ich das Gefühl, da ist doch gar niemand. Und dann hat mir das natürlich auch Angst gemacht. Ich hatte keine Ahnung, wie das jetzt weitergehen würde. Wird der weiter sein Leben so leben wie bisher? Wird er weiterhin Satsang geben? Wie geht's mit uns weiter? Und dann sind wir dann zusammen nach Shirdi gereist und es war wirklich toll für mich. Ich war sehr, sehr froh, dass ich da auch dann die Gelegenheit hatte, dem Swamiji live zu begegnen.
That's beautiful. You are so lucky that through Sohamji, you met Swamiji. And it is normal for any wife, like my wife also worried first time when we met Swamiji, that is my husband going to continue with the family life or he will become sadhu one day?
Ja, so
go to the Himalaya, who knows?
So hast du also auch durch den Sohamji, den Swamiji kennengelernt und das ist ganz natürlich, dass die Frau sich dann Sorgen macht. Das war bei uns dann ganz genau so, dass meine Frau, wir haben den Swamiji kennengelernt und sie hat gedacht, oh Gott, was wird jetzt? Bleibt er mit mir oder wird er womöglich Sadak oder Sadhu oder geht er womöglich ins Himalaya? Und Marga meinte, ja, das ist zu kalt.
Yeah. So I believe I can see Lord Krishna's avatar in the present time when I think about Sohamji and when I heard your love story.
Ich denke fast an den Lord Krishna, den Avatar von Lord Krishna der Gegenwart, wenn ich das Sohamji sehe und eure Liebesgeschichte.
That's beautiful. And I want to ask you the question, if you can go back to the question slide, Rasika ji. That did you find yourself becoming free from old mindset after Sohamji came into your life? Or do you feel the same thinking, same mindset as before?
Marga, ich möchte dich noch was fragen. War das bei dir denn so, dass du, nachdem du Sohamji kennengelernt hast oder nachdem er in dein Leben gekommen ist, bist du da frei geworden von den alten Mindsets, also von den alten Strukturen des Verstandes? Oder hast du eher das Gefühl, dass alles genau ist wie davor und dein Denken genauso ist wie davor sozusagen?
It's like a way I go. It's for sure that through him I could look more closely to my personality and how I function. And it was a big relief because I was also with Osho. In a way, it was a relief that he brought he was more human for me, more closer to my life and for my problems or my development in the spiritual way. And
klar, da hat sich bei mir dann auch was verändert und ich hatte die Chance, mich auch selber kennenzulernen und anzuschauen, wie ich funktioniere, wie ich strukturiert bin. War ja vorher auch mit Osho gewesen und so war das jetzt eine große Erleichterung mit dem Soham, der mir viel näher war und dem man einfach auch so als Mensch begegnen konnte.
And still it was a life also as men and women, as husband and wife, and but this was always underneath.
Klar war das auch ein Leben als Mann und Frau.
The big river which is carrying, and so even with Swamiji, I totally trust Soham's what he's experiences, and so my trust also in Swamiji comes also over him. Yeah, also
aber unten drunter war immer dieser, ja, wie so ein großer Fluss, das lag immer unter allem und ich vertraue jetzt dem Soham total, was er da mit dem Swamiji erlebt und von dem her muss ich sagen, klar, meine Liebe für den Swamiji kommt auch durch den Soham.
That is a beautiful link for me to transit into the next part of the program, because I feel that when you come in close proximity with the soul like Sohamji, you are bound to go back to your own original nature. You're bound to become the soul yourself.
Ich habe das Gefühl, wenn man mit Soham verbunden wird, dann wird es auf jeden Fall stattfinden, dass man zu seiner Ursprungsnatur zurückkommt und zu dem dass man selber wieder zur Seele wird.
And I like that word you use, the river inside was flowing.
Und mir gefiel dieses Bild, das du benutzt hast, dass der innere Fluss floss.
I thank you for being so frank and open-hearted with us.
Danke, dass du so offen warst und so offenherzig.
Because it is the people like you who inspire other women in the world to open up and speak out how they feel and what they want to express clearly.
Denn Menschen wie du inspirieren auch andere Frauen auf der Welt, dann auszudrücken, was sie fühlen und was sie ausdrücken wollen.
And I feel for spiritual progress, it is very important that we become who we are inside.
Und ich habe das Gefühl, dass es für die spirituelle Weiterentwicklung sehr wichtig ist, dass wir zu dem werden, was wir innerlich sind.
That's our purpose.
Thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you very much.
And we can move on the next part. So this is the video that did not play yesterday, but it is very beautiful video by Yuta. Her question that I wanted everyone to listen to, and especially Sohamji also.
Das ist jetzt das Video, das gestern lief.
World wars, and they bring very much pain in the world about this. And souls which are born after this, they like to bring peace into the world. So maybe in Germany, many souls incarnated which have the wish to bring peace into the world.
Rajma, you want to translate that part?
Yes. Deutschland hat ja eben Hitler erlebt, hat ja die Weltkriege erlebt und das hat natürlich ganz viel mit den Deutschen auch gemacht und dadurch sind die auch einfach bereit geworden, sich für Frieden zu öffnen und deswegen glaube ich, dass jetzt ganz viele Seelen geboren worden sind, um zu helfen, Frieden in die Welt zu bringen.
So Sohamji, this is the first thing we started with yesterday for Germany and their people with the point of pride or peace. And it ended up with Samarpan meditation that it is bringing all these divine souls, holy souls together under your umbrella in Germany to fulfill the purpose of your life and their life also. And they also feel that they can bring peace with the beautiful tool of Samarpan meditation.
Ja, da sind wir quasi an dem Punkt, wo wir gestern angefangen haben. Und da erreichst du, sowie auch die anderen Menschen, ihr Lebensziel, dass eben dieses gemeinsame Frieden erlangen. Und da unterstützt ja auch die Samarpan-Meditation.
Would you like to say something as a concluding remark on this topic?
Möchtest du da also als Abschlussbemerkung noch was sagen zu diesem Thema?
This is such a huge event happening here. This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Also so was ganz Großes, was hier passiert. Das ist einfach die Spitze des Eisbergs.
We will see what happens.
Wir werden sehen, was passiert.
Yes, I have the same inner feelings when I started developing this program for the Soul Satsang. And today, last 2 days, what happened with you in this conversation was total soul-to-soul level conversation. And it probably clarified many concepts in the mind of people.
Ich danke dir sehr für diese Begegnung von Seele zu Seele, die sicherlich ganz viel in den Köpfen der Menschen klären konnten.
And as the slide is telling us about the purpose of life, when you realize why you are here and you give your whole power to this, then your life becomes a joy.
Wenn du erkennst, warum du hier bist und du dem deine ganze Kraft gibst, dann wird dein Leben zur Freude.
Yes, then your soul is happy.
Ja, dann ist deine Seele glücklich.
Because as long as we are living with only mental level or intellectual level, we are not allowing the light of the soul to reflect the inner truth.
Solange wir mit der mentalen oder intellektuellen Ebene leben, erlauben wir dem Licht der Seele überhaupt gar nicht die Wahrheit wiederzuspiegeln.
So I want to go on the next slide. This is about the revolution. If you can translate in English.
Do we need a revolution of consciousness?
Yes. So do we need revolution of consciousness? That is absolutely very, very important. And what should be the genuine freedom that everybody is seeking? I want to be free. I want to be free. Sohamji has beautiful satsang on that. With that, we will try to conclude today's interview. But after that, I'm going to compare the journey of Sohamji with my life's journey and try to conclude why our meeting last 2 days had a great significance for the future spiritual revolution.
Ja, was ist das für eine Freiheit, die wir suchen, die wir brauchen, nach denen es den Leuten hungert? Das sehen wir jetzt hier und ich möchte nachher auch noch mal ein bisschen zusammenfassen, mein Leben mit Sohamjis Leben vergleichen und ja, zeigen, was das für eine großartige Revolution des Bewusstseins wird.
But maybe there are people who are with themselves, who have realized all of this and still want to be part of sharing love, sharing truth, and still wanting to live together in a peaceful, just society. For me, this can't be wrong.
Aber vielleicht gibt es ja doch Menschen, die das alles erkannt haben und irgendwie in sich verwirklicht haben und dennoch in einer friedvollen Gesellschaft und Gemeinschaft leben wollen. Das kann doch nicht verkehrt sein.
It is rare.
Es ist selten.
It is rare that a Jesus happens.
Es ist sehr, sehr selten, dass ein Jesus geschieht.
It's rare that a Buddha happens.
Es ist selten, dass ein Buddha geschieht.
But there are many people who are pretending.
Aber es gibt viele Menschen, die es vortäuschen.
Thousands, millions are pretending.
Tausende, Millionen täuschen es vor.
To pretend is easy.
Vorzutäuschen ist leicht.
To be genuine is very difficult.
Aber damit aufrichtig zu sein,
To be genuine requires everything.
das ist sehr, sehr schwer. Damit aufrichtig zu sein, da wird alles von einem gefordert.
The consequence of that is fatalism then, no? Then I can just say, okay,
No.
that
No.
Aber die Konsequenz davon wäre dann Fatalismus. Nein,
No, not fatalism.
nein, nicht Fatalismus.
Telling the truth, doing my homework.
Die Wahrheit sagen, meine Hausaufgaben machen.
We all want to save the world before we do our own homework.
Wir alle wollen die Welt retten, bevor wir unsere eigenen Hausaufgaben angehen.
I'm saying, let's do our homework.
Ich sage, komm, wir machen unsere Hausaufgaben.
Let's clean up our own house before we start cleaning up other people's houses.
Komm, wir putzen unser eigenes Haus, bevor wir anfangen, die Häuser der anderen reinigen zu wollen.
is that enough?
Reicht das?
Of course,
Natürlich.
of course.
Natürlich.
This is it.
Das ist es.
This is why we're here,
Genau deswegen sind wir hier,
to become free.
um frei zu werden.
Not to talk about freedom, not to establish institutions which give us the illusion of freedom,
Nicht um über Freiheit zu reden, nicht um Institutionen einzurichten, die uns die Illusion von Freiheit vermitteln,
to really be free.
um wirklich frei zu sein.
What a beautiful words that we are learning from Sohamji's teachings.
Das ist doch ganz wunderschöne Worte, die wir hier von den Lehren von Sohamji lernen.
And it is matching with Swamiji's teaching also.
Das passt auch genau zu der Lehre von Swamiji.
Swamiji says, if you want to bring world peace, start it with your own self.
Swamiji sagt, wenn du Weltfrieden bringen möchtest, beginne bei dir selbst.
So Sohamji, as we have learned from his detailed story, from his childhood till 80 years of age,
Was wir hier jetzt aus der detaillierten Geschichte von Soham gelernt haben, von Kindheit an bis zu dem Alter von 80 Jahren,
he has been constantly working on his own self-progress.
Er hat die ganze Zeit an seiner eigenen Weiterentwicklung gearbeitet.
As we have seen in yesterday's story also, as a young child, he followed everything that was taught in the house.
Das haben wir ja gestern auch gesehen. Als Kind hat er immer alles gemacht, ist er allem gefolgt, was im Haus gelehrt wurde.
And when he read that book of secrets from Osho, he also went to Rajneeshpuram and evolved more on a soul level.
Und als er dann das Buch der Geheimnisse von Osho gelesen hatte, ist er nach Rajneeshpuram gegangen und sich dann hat sich auf der Seelenebene weiterentwickelt.
And while he committed himself to work and serve Gangaji, when he lost the opportunity for that position, he did not get disappointed.
Und als er sich dann der Gangaji seine Dienste angeboten hat, seine Arbeit, und dass das dann nicht ging, da war er nicht enttäuscht.
Rather, he converted that negative situation into positive thing.
Anstattdessen hat er diese negative Situation verwandelt und was Positives daraus gemacht.
He stick to obeying his inner voice.
Er hat sich immer daran gehalten, an seine innere Stimme.
And he was willing to leave the place.
Und er war bereit, sein Land zu verlassen.
He was willing to leave his spouse.
Sein Platz, sein Haus zu verlassen.
Just because he wanted to give satsang.
Weil er Satsang geben wollte.
He did not know at that time if that satsang will happen in USA or in Germany.
Zu der Zeit wusste er nicht, ob der Satsang jetzt in Amerika oder in Deutschland stattfinden würde.
This is where we have to find that soul tribe, soul family, that soul connection.
Da müssen wir eben diese Seelenfamilie, diese Seelenverbindung finden.
And he moved to Germany and automatically the satsang took place.
Und dann kam er nach Deutschland und dann hat automatisch Satsang stattgefunden.
And as Swamiji tells in his story,
wie das Swamiji in seiner Geschichte erzählt,
when you go to a city,
wenn man in eine Stadt geht,
and there was a rich man who left his estate for someone,
und wenn da ein Reicher war, der sein Anwesen für jemanden verlassen hat,
whoever will come to this city,
wer dann in diese Stadt kommt
and wants to do the service for the blind people,
und auch den Blinden dienen möchte,
he should be getting all the funds I'm living in this estate.
Derjenige sollte dann alles bekommen, was ich hier mit diesem Anwesen hinterlasse.
And by the law of attraction,
und durch das Gesetz der Anziehung,
with the pure divine intention,
mit der reinen göttlichen Absicht
and blessing of ascended masters, angels or gurus,
mit dem Segen der aufgestiegenen Meister, Engel oder Gurus,
automatically the energy supply starts coming.
Da kommt sofort die nötige Energie.
And from the numerological point of view,
wenn man jetzt mal aus der Numerologie her schaut,
80 is the number that adds up to number 8.
80 ist die Zahl, die zusammen 808 ergibt.
And 8 is the symbol of infinity.
Und 8 ist das Symbol der Unendlichkeit.
At the age of 80, for Sohamji,
im Alter von 80 für den Soham,
the infinite world of divine spirituality,
die unendliche Welt der göttlichen Spiritualität,
is here to make him medium for the people of Germany.
Ist hier, um ihn für die Menschen in Deutschland zum Medium zu machen.
It is my sincere prayer.
Und es ist mein aufrichtiges Gebet
to all the Germany followers
an alle Schüler in Deutschland
and many other souls who are following Sohamji
und auch viele andere Schüler von Sohamji
or who are viewing this interview today,
oder auch überhaupt Seelen, die heute dieses Interview sehen,
to take advantage of his spiritual knowledge.
Ich möchte euch ans Herz legen, sein spirituelles Wissen zu nutzen
and divine presence.
um seine göttliche Präsenz,
so that we can evolve ourselves
so dass wir uns selbst weiterentwickeln können
and progress in our spiritual journey.
und uns auf unserer spirituellen Reise weiterentwickeln können.
I am able to understand this very well
Ich kann das sehr gut verstehen,
because I lived with Swamiji
da ich mit Swamiji gelebt habe.
and I have been following Swamiji also
Und ich dem Swamiji gefolgt bin,
as my living guru
als mein lebender Guru,
by practicing and promoting Samarpan meditation.
indem ich Samarpan-Meditation selber praktiziere und auch bewerbe, verbreite.
I would like to share my little spiritual journey on the next slide.
Ich würde Ihnen gerne meine spirituelle Reise kurz beschreiben.
So you can see my father and mother also tried to give me all those religious values that one can try to give to their children so that they can benefit and live happily.
Ihr könnt sehen, dass auch meine Familie versucht hat, mir als Kind wirklich alle möglichen religiösen Werte weiterzugeben, die man eben so weitergeben kann, damit das Kind glücklich heranwachsen kann.
And in the Eastern world, I was following different gurus, thinking that these are the gods.
Und ich komme ja aus der östlichen Welt, da habe ich dann verschiedenen Gurus gefolgt, im Glaube, das seien die Götter.
And one of them is Shirdi Sai Baba also, as you see in the middle of the photos.
Wie ihr das hier in der Mitte der Fotos sehen könnt, war einer davon auch Shirdi Sai Baba.
But it is only after I met Swamiji
Aber erst nachdem ich dann Swamiji begegnet war,
I was able to understand what Guru energy means.
war ich in der Lage zu begreifen, was Guru-Energie bedeutet.
And I was able to understand who were those people whom I worshipped or I was chanting bhajan for.
Und ich konnte verstehen, wer sind denn diese Menschen, die ich da verehrt habe oder für die ich Bhajans gesungen hatte.
That is why they call in India
Deswegen werden die in Indien
Guru bin jnana kahan se hoy, meaning you cannot get the true knowledge without Guru.
Man sagt in Indien, dass man das wahre Wissen ohne einen Guru nicht erlangen kann.
Meaning that we had our own inner knowledge in the subconscious consciousness.
Das heißt, dass wir in unserem Unbewusstsein, in unserem Unterbewusstsein unser eigenes inneres Wissen haben.
It is when the Guru comes, you ignite that lamp.
Wenn der Guru kommt, entzündest du diese Lampe.
And I was brought up more into the Hinduism.
Ich war eher im Hinduismus groß geworden.
When I moved to Canada,
Und als ich dann nach Kanada zog,
I accepted Christianity.
habe ich Christentum angenommen.
I studied Bible.
Ich habe die Bibel gelesen.
And 3 years ago, I had experience
Und vor 3 Jahren hatte ich eine Erfahrung.
that the angelic powers
Und zwar die Kräfte der Engel.
of Archangel Michael is helping me.
Ich hatte die Erfahrung, dass die Kräfte vom Erzengel Michael mir helfen.
To promote Samarpan meditation in USA.
Sie helfen mir in den USA, die Samarpan-Meditation zu verbreiten.
So just like Sohamji coming from west and going to east for his spiritual progress,
Genau wie der Sohamji vom Westen kam und nach Osten, in den Osten ging für seine spirituelle Weiterentwicklung
and accepting different gurus or masters from India
und unterschiedliche Gurus oder Meister von Indien angenommen hatte
for his spiritual progress,
für seine spirituelle Weiterentwicklung,
I accepted ascended masters like Saint Germain,
so habe ich die aufgestiegenen Meister wie der heilige German angenommen
and Archangel Michael's energy.
und auch die Energie vom Erzengel Michael.
It is not about religion.
Da geht es jetzt nicht um Religion.
It is about the energy.
Es geht um die Energie.
As Swamiji was explaining,
So wie der Swamiji das erklärt hat,
you pick up a work for the mankind.
Man nimmt eine Arbeit auf für die Menschheit.
Whatever energy is present in that location or place,
Und man schnappt dafür die Energie auf, die dort, wo man ist, eben präsent ist.
will start coming to you and helping you.
Diese Energien werden zu dir kommen und dich unterstützen.
It is much higher and beyond our understanding at intellectual level.
Es ist viel, viel höher und übersteigt unser Verstehen auf der intellektuellen Ebene.
But from the story of Sohamji,
Aber aus der Geschichte von Sohamji
we have learned
haben wir das gelernt,
that the philosophy, belief and knowledge of West
dass Philosophie, Überzeugungen und das Wissen des Westen
is merging with the East,
mit dem Osten verschmilzt.
is the symbol of what has been done on this land.
Das Symbol dessen, was in diesem Land schon geschehen ist.
Regardless of country name, it is Earth.
Egal wie das Land heißt, es ist Erde.
And there are so many divine powers working behind the scene.
Und es gibt so viele göttliche Kräfte, die im Hintergrund arbeiten.
Whether you call it ascended masters in West,
Ob man das jetzt nun die aufgestiegenen Meister nennt,
saints or angels,
ob man das jetzt Heilige oder Engel nennt,
or you call it Guru,
oder ob man es Guru nennt,
or Devi or Devta
oder Devi oder Devata
in East,
im Osten.
it is the same thing.
Es ist das Gleiche.
This program is all about understanding the conscious energy working behind our life.
In diesem Programm geht es eben darum, die bewusste Energie, die im Hintergrund für unser Leben arbeitet, zu verstehen.
And it is about evolving on a spiritual path with the help of Samarpan meditation.
Und es geht darum, sich auf dem spirituellen Weg mit der Hilfe der Samarpan-Meditation weiterzuentwickeln.
We can wind up on the next part. We can move. Yes. So more than 1 year ago, when we started this Soul Satsang, this is what I said. And if you listen to all the discussions we had, you will find that that was exactly what's happening now by the grace of Gurudev. Let's see.
Wir haben ja vor einem Jahr mit dem Soul Satsang begonnen und da habe ich Folgendes gesagt und jetzt können wir mal schauen. Ich glaube nämlich, dass das mit der Gnade der Gurus genauso geschehen ist. Wir schauen mal.
Soul Satsang is soul's association with the universal truth or reality. Today, humanity is divided by man-made concepts, doctrines, and dogmas in the name of nationality, religion, race, caste, color, gender, lifestyle, and even in the name of science. Soul Satsang is an effort to create a soulful bonding or atmiyata between human beings based on the life's reality lived by different people across the world and learning from the global wisdom. At this point, we are touching only a global family united through Samarpan meditation under the video series of This is Samarpan. Eventually, it will cover up more diverse subjects and demography. We hope you will appreciate our humble effort with an open mind and loving heart. Our intention is to enlighten one's soul and heal one's heart by learning from the life experiences of people who prove themselves to be healthy, happy, without losing any peace of mind in the life. Let the wisdom of life spread through our soul satsang.
That concludes our program, and we certainly has benefited from the wisdom and love and samarpan of Sohamji. Thank you very, 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 very much, Sohamji.
Sohamji, ich möchte dir für alles danken.
Very, very welcome. This has been great for me.
Gerne, gerne. Das war ganz großartig für mich.
Yes, you want to give 2 words of blessings to all of us.
Möchtest du irgendwie noch 2, 3 Segensworte an uns alle richten?
Well, when anybody asks me for a blessing these days, I am calling on the gurus and Swamiji to bless you all.
Immer wenn
us all.
mich zurzeit jemand um Segen bittet, dann rufe ich Swamiji und die Guru-Energien, dass wir alle gesegnet sein mögen.
We feel very, very lucky to be with you, and thank you for your time and simplicity, honesty, frankness, because this is something that is not so easily evident in the life from the people from the East. So I really, really appreciate what you shared with us from your personal life, and especially also from Marga. Very beautiful story, very beautiful lessons to learn from for all of us.
Ich möchte dir danken für deine Zeit, für deine Offenheit, für deine Ehrlichkeit. Das ist, sage ich jetzt mal, für uns aus dem Osten jetzt gar nicht so das Normale. Von dem her vielen, vielen Dank. Vielen Dank auch an Mara. Das ist eine wunderbare Lektion für uns alle.
We can move on to the next part. Thank you.
Jai Baba Swami, everyone. Thank you so much, Sohamji. I especially thank you for how easily we could connect to you. You, in simple words, you explained, you cleared so many things, especially for our young generation. And if I cannot express the feeling I have been getting, and I'm sure everyone in this program have been feeling that. I can take hours talking about it, but we respect your time. And before we let you go, we have one question from one of our audience. So I will invite Sagar to read the question out. Thank you.
Thank you, Sohamji, and thank you, Ratma, for this beautiful program. We do have a question for you, however. H.H. Sohamji, what was the guiding confidence factor to make strong decision of entering the Satsang area?
Soham, was war denn das für dich? Was war das, das dich so dazu gebracht hat, diese starke Entscheidung zu treffen, in diesen ganzen Satsang-Bereich einzutreten?
I have no idea.
Keine Ahnung.
I have throughout my life, I found myself being moved in certain directions.
Mein Leben lang war das für mich eigentlich so, dass ich nur gemerkt habe, wie ich in eine bestimmte Richtung bewegt wurde.
Not really knowing anything.
Ohne wirklich irgendetwas zu wissen.
And then I'm just looking around for confirmation, seeing, okay, is this where God wants me?
Und dann schaue ich um irgendwie Bestätigung zu sehen, ist das der Ort, wo Gott mich möchte?
Is this what the divine is supporting?
Ist das, was das Göttliche unterstützt?
And when I see the evidence for this, I just continue, and it doesn't feel like a very brave decision or something.
Und wenn das dann offensichtlich wird, dann mache ich einfach weiter. Das fühlt sich ehrlich gesagt überhaupt nicht so an, als wäre es irgendeine mutige Entscheidung oder so etwas.
I'm like a blind man walking around in the dark.
Ich bin wie ein Blinder, der im Dunkeln herumgeht.
And using my stick to make sure I don't get into trouble.
Und ich gehe halt mit dem Stock, um sicherzustellen, dass ich nicht in Schwierigkeiten gerate.
And I'm not surprised when I don't get into trouble.
Pardon?
I'm not surprised when I do not get into trouble.
Und dann bin ich nicht überrascht, wenn ich nicht in Schwierigkeiten gerate.
I just feel supported.
Ich fühle mich unterstützt.
It's not that I know anything.
Es ist nicht so, dass ich irgendetwas weiß.
But I am supported.
Aber ich bin unterstützt.
And truth comes through me. Not all the time, Sometimes ego happens.
Und die Wahrheit kommt durch mich durch. Nicht immer. Manchmal geschieht Ego.
And sometimes truth comes through so strongly, I'm surprised at the words.
Und manchmal kommt die Wahrheit so stark durch, dass ich selbst über die Worte erstaunt bin.
But this whole journey is my own teaching.
Aber diese ganze Reise ist mein eigenes Lernen, eine Lehre für mich.
This whole life is my classroom.
Dieses ganze Leben ist mein Klassenzimmer.
And I am only a student.
Und ich bin nur ein Schüler.
People look to me as a teacher, as a guru. I feel like a student.
Und die Leute, die schauen mich an als Lehrer, als Guru, aber ich fühle mich wie ein Schüler.
That's it.
Ja.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sohamji. Thank you, Rajma. And thank you, everybody else, for the show today. Rajma, you can take a break and we will sense the rest of the things at energy level in German too. So
thank you.
Everything. And one thing out of everything that I could take away from today's and yesterday's beautiful satsang was we need to learn to love each and every soul or everything that we come across, and then rest will flow. So thank you for everything. Words will not describe and do justice to what we have gained in these 2 days. So moving on, I would like to invite Vireshji to give her his 2 words.
Jai Atmeshwar, Jai Baba Swami, His Holiness, Your Holiness, Sohamji. I don't know if you are getting late for your satsang. If you can wait another couple of minutes, we can certainly understand. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for spending so much time with us yesterday as well as today. Even though you said yesterday that you grew up in US under the influence of Catholic upbringing to begin with, and then you moved on to His Holiness Rajneesh Ji, then on to Ganga Ji and Papa Ji, and you ended up in Germany, you said yesterday, by an accident of twist of life, and started satsang in Germany. Today, we heard about your next journey through your introduction to Samarpan and introduction to Sri Shivkrupanand Swamiji. It is very humbling for you to say that you have realized that it was your lifetime purpose to prepare sadhaks in Germany to join Sri Shivkrupanandji's mission and continue that mission and prepare a fertile land in Germany for the invitation of Mangal Murti there. It is just, you said that it's just starting now and it's the tip of the iceberg. Let's see where it takes. And you intend to submit yourself to Swamiji's guidance and move further. And you just said that you take decisions and you follow the instincts, and those instincts guide you properly. You said that you read all 6 books and you have been reading again and again. I am also doing the same thing. Every time I read, I get a new message, because we sometimes overlook some of the messages when we are reading, and also our whatever is happening with our life at that moment in time, the answers come up. Swamiji's answers come up to everyone from nowhere, and you rightly said that these are the best books in one's lives. You also said that all along so far, saints used to spread spiritual messages only during their lifetimes, but now Swamiji, through the advancement of Guru Tattva, through his Mangal Murti, can now stay on for 800 more years in future to spread the spiritual messages. And through Rajma's and Vimukto's experience, we heard that so much transformation took place in you within those 60 days, about 15 days for the retreat, and then another 45 days you spent, and even they couldn't, her camera could not recognize the previous man that was who went to ashram before, and so much transformation took place. And thank you for sharing those transformations with us today. You said that explaining your experience with Swamiji, you said that two things that you found out from Swamiji. One is a loving, sweet, and easygoing human being at the body level, and a subtle medium of consciousness at the soul level. And you experienced both, and through that you experienced love. And you, in spite of that, you mentioned that you felt empty when you met him. I think when the true teacher, when the realized teacher come in front of us, we forget everything, and we become pure and a pure entity, and that's how we feel the empty part of it, which we can all realize that. And you said that Swamiji taught you love and surrender. Love, as Hitendraji rightly pointed out, Swamiji has been talking about love every day for the last month and a half, and still continuing that. And yesterday you said ego stands between us and the God. Now, and you said that now you feel that you're of a lesser ego after meeting Swamiji. So that's that's what we need to understand from your confession, that we all have to go through this and slowly and steadily remove our ego bit by bit. And you also said that you're closer to Guru energy with less interference around, and you surrendered your Samarpan name and became Soham. Soham is so aham, that's me, the Atma, that's the name. And Hitendraji explained to you through the song that he recited. And talking about the sadhaks in India, you said that even though earlier you felt you were going to be uncomfortable in the crowd, you didn't feel uncomfortable because of the courteousness that they afforded to you. Thank you for giving such a good testimony for the sadhaks in India, anywhere else. After meeting Swamiji, you said you lost some of the arrogance and some self-confidence, which was, to begin with, disturbing for some. Same experience you said that you had with Papaji also. And after such visits with realized souls, we always feel that we are losing something and we're gaining something. And you gained respect from so many of us. Thank you for your genuineness. You just now at the end said that pretending anybody can do. Genuineness is something, a feeling which comes from within. And thank you for sharing your genuineness with all of us. And if one thing that we have to take from your, only one thing if we have to take from your satsang yesterday and today, it's this, that we need to be genuine. We continue to be genuine and evolve together. And thanks to your better half, Marg, sharing for her experiences. And thank you, and thank you from the bottom of our heart. Thank you for staying so late, even though you are getting late for your satsang. Thank you.
Thank you, Vireshji. Thank you, Vireshji. Jai Baba Swami, your testimony today and even yesterday, I went and listened to it again. You did do the justice to Sohamji's sessions. So thank you, Vireshji, for saying the beautiful, kind words. Yes, Sohamji, I know your physical body needs rest. You are consciously with us. We will be introducing our team next, but please feel free to turn off your video and rest while we introduce, but it's important, so we'll have to do it because without the team, we couldn't have done the show today. So take rest while we introduce and finish the rest of the things. Rajma and Vimukto, if you can stay for a couple of more minutes, please do. Thank you. So next up, this is, if you like today's session and felt that we let the energy flow in and spread it in everybody, please let us know if any of the future guests would like to be part of this is Samarpan session, so we can be the medium of spreading this pious, pure energy and let the message spread in everybody in the audience. So moving on to the next slide, the most important part of today's session. Without these people, we couldn't have done the show. So I would like to call upon Aishwarya, Darshana. I know Varshaji and Kaustu are not here today. Please turn on your cameras and please unmute yourself and express your bhav or whatever you felt today. I know a lot of things went behind the scene in backstage to make this happen. And Aishwarya, you can share your power cut and experience also. And Darshana, yes, every drop of it, because of you both, we are on YouTube and sharing, and everybody asked in the chat, you could see that when can we watch this again? So your work is appreciated truly. So please share your views and then we'll introduce other people.
Jai Baba Swami, everyone. I would first say that, obviously, thank you, Sohamji, and with his simple love, with his simple way of saying things and explaining things, it cleared so many things in general. It has added a bigger step in our spiritual journey, and I'm pretty sure this is with everyone else. We have all been doing this, but like since yesterday, there's one thing I was like, even before starting our meeting and everything, I was feeling the energy already. It was a new experience for me. After that, our team probably knows I had electricity cut off, which is not a usual thing. And everyone was surprised. I was surprised that even after that, the show kept on. It didn't affect. Swamiji made all the things in place, and the show was still on. So even I'm like literally gathering words because I'm out of words. I would just say that I'm out of words, and it was I can't be more blessed to be a part of this. Jai Baba Swami. Darshana, please go ahead.
Jai Baba Swami, everyone. I learned so much, and there's so many things that just were like aha moment for me that just clicked in my head that, oh, this is how I want to do things. And when Hitendra uncle said in the beginning of the session that when the words come into picture, your intellect starts working. And that's exactly happens. And what I did was I just dropped each and every word. And I just tried to like tune in myself like a radio with everything that Sohamji was saying and Hitendraji was saying. And I just felt this intense energy running through me. And I could actually separate, like I could point out what was my body and what is my Atma. So I feel like I felt that when in presence of Swamiji, and feeling that online is something out of this world. And I just feel really blessed to be a part of this. And thank you everyone for joining. Without the collectivity, we would have not felt that. It's all in the collective energy. Thank you so much to Sohamji, Rajmaji. Thank you so much. It was a great experience.
Thank you, Darshana, and thank you, Aishwarya. Your what you shared was like nothing but just the truth. That's why we are feeling the vibrations while you're sharing your experiences today. So thank you, sweethearts, for everything and sharing the heart, opening your heart with us. So next, moving up, of course, our team's main person is Swamiji. So without you, we wouldn't have been here as a family today and shared and felt these energy burst throughout the sessions for last 2 days. So thank you, Swamiji, for that. Hitendraji, you were at very high level today. Jai Baba Swami. It was very hard to communicate with you in the chat personally in the session, because I could see that you were taking the session to another level. And this is like hard to describe where you were today and yesterday. And because of you, and this is Samarpan concept, we gave this world a beautiful thing of energy today. And about 200 people watched today in Zoom and also on YouTube. And everybody went through a roller coaster ride of energy. And I think your mission is accomplished. Thank you so much.
Yes. For the first time, of course, every guest is very valuable and important to us, because we are all soul family. There is nobody different than other. But because of the level of energy and collectivity associated with Sohamji, the energy and consciousness was totally different. And my job as a sadhak of Swamiji is to merge with that energy, connect with that energy. And I'm like a midpoint. I am between Swamiji and the sadhaks. I am between Sohamji and the sadhaks, and I can catch the higher energy of those souls who are so elevated, and I can still connect with the energy of the people who are on the ground level like us, because we are living in the society. And I feel that my mission is accomplished for Soul Satsang, as I was saying at the end, because this is how I started, this is how I visioned this is Samarpan to reach. And Sohamji is one of the first soul who literally make us feel that the mission is accomplished. You said it very rightly. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you once again. And Rajma, I don't think you are here online with us, but I'll make sure that
She's here.
Oh, are you? Can we please spotlight her? I really want to share this moment with you, Rajma. Dear Rajma, you're my friend, and we did not know until this session started that how incidents in Dandi and in international retreat connected both of us at the soul level, and we became like just momentarily friends. And today, when we are sharing on this big session, this platform, our experiences and energies, we didn't know that Swamiji was creating a moment for both of us, you and me, and hundreds of people, and we connected on the spot. So Rajma, I don't know how to praise what you do for Sohamji, but thank you for becoming a medium, because the way you translate, the way you transfer your energy from Sohamji to Hitendraji to any sadhaks, and I have seen all the satsangs in last 3-4 months and 3-4 weeks, and the energy of all the sadhaks or the followers of Sohamji, the way you just switch between energies and be aware and zip through it, it is just simply amazing for things that you do. So thank you so much, Rajma, for being part of this team and being this medium for us.
Thank you, Rajma. We love you.
Yeah, we cannot hear you, but that is fine. If you want to share something, please say something or unmute. I don't know. I cannot hear you, sweetheart. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. But I will just tell a tiny bit about Rajma. She started Satsang with Sohamji in 1999, all the way from 1999, and she joined Sohamji's team to help, and she's an all-rounder in 2002, and she's been multitasker. She has told me all the things she does for Sohamji. So I don't think one person does it all. Kind of personality is Rajma. And she went to 2017 Samarpan meditation in October, joined Swamiji and Samarpan meditation. So that was, and your Shirdi Anubhuti was just fabulous. All the chat in YouTube, people just got caught up in that energy. So thank you once again, Rajma. Yes, I hope you get rest. Don't say anything there because I know you have satsang. Thank you. Yeah. All right, dear Vimukto, Jai Baba Swami. If you can please unmute and turn on your camera. Thank you. So Vimukto, I did not know you before this session started, but as soon as we got connected, the group for This is Samarpan was created with Sohamji. You became the medium to make sure that we display everything of Sohamji on this platform, and I could connect with that as a guru and a disciple, that you wanted to portray the best of his life, everything of his life, and share with all the people. So you made sure, okay, can I share this picture? Can I share this picture? And you provided all the material behind the scene so that we could put this show together. So without you, it wouldn't have been possible. And we are lucky to have you today in the session. And how smoothly you ran everything. Without the language was not a barrier. You knew when to speak, and this was a best international coordination we could have. Without language, love flows. So we felt that in practical today with you.
Thank you very much, Vimukto. Even though you were busy with your job, and still you take out time for us to provide all the photos and videos, and staying awake late to give us this information. Thank you, thank you. We love you.
Yes, and Rajma connected with on spiritual path in 1998. Yes, a very pure soul from very beginning, and she has been she was spending some time with her teachers Eli Jackson Bear and Ganga Ji and Ganga Meera, and then she joined Sohamji in 1998. And since then, she's been with Sohamji. She was able to join Sohamji's team and help in the backstage from 2014. And also she has been part of Samarpan meditation since 2017. So thank you for being.
I just want to correct one word. This is the last introduction Sonalji made was for Vimukto, not Rajma.
Oh yes, did I say that? It's another plane we are in, so sorry. At the end, we all become souls and name doesn't matter, right? What's in a name? So we are kind of displaying that. So thank you, dear Vimukto, for everything. Yes. All right, and next up, Utsav, please come on camera and turn on, yes, and unmute yourself. Jai Baba Swami Utsav, you are young in age, but you are such a ego-free soul. Yesterday, when I needed help, that we needed a backup and electricity was out, I asked you, would it be okay if I switch you here in This is Samarpan team? And you had no resistance. You said, whatever Vishalji and whatever you say is fine, I'll help. Helping is the main protocol of your life. And that's so beautiful to learn from you, that sometimes we get caught up, no, I have to be here or there. No, Swamiji is saying we just help, and you made sure. So you are always going to be my favorite. I know others are watching and listening, but I learn a lot from you. Utsav. Always I reach out to you whenever there is an emergency, and I say, okay, Utsav, you are on. So thank you.
Sure. It is all the Swamiji's blessing, and really these 2 days are like really energy packed, and I feel like these 2 days are like a short version of the Guru Purnima, the Chaitanya Mahotsav. It's like a festival for me. So really can't speak more. Thank you very much, and the Jai Baba Swami to everyone.
Very proud, and people can see that Swamiji's blessings and values are being passed down to our sadhaks, all age, young or old, regardless of where we are coming from. We are all one family.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, and Vireshji, I don't think the way you summarized the session of Sohamji so beautifully, anybody else could have done the justice to it. So thank you for just carrying that energy and sharing it with us, and also with Sohamji, our bhav, our feelings through you. So thank you for always guiding us and always being so humble and so knowledgeable, yet so humble, always guiding us for everything. So thank you so much, Vireshji.
Thank you very much, Vireshji. And I want to tell our
Thank you.
audience that very soon we are going to listen to the story of Vireshji also on This is Samarpan.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sonalji. Thank you. There's so much that I wanted to say, but I was very cognizant of Swamiji's, Sohamji's time, because they had to go for a next satsang. So that's why I was sending you messages also earlier.
Yes.
Because we're getting late, and you definitely are right. All three of them, Hitendraji and Rajmaji and Vimuktoji, they were all at the highest level to catch up the energy that Swamiji was emitting, that Swamiji was emitting, and transferring it to all of us. And that was wonderful. And Hitendraji is well known for it, but today's was that at the highest peak. And Rajmaji, thank you from the bottom of the heart. And Vimuktoji, also thank you, and the entire team. And Sonalji, what can I say about you? You are the Sonal Ma to everyone, not just to Utsav. You are really a Ma for all the sadhaks here in North America. To guide them, to take them to the next level, and they're all under your wing, and they're progressing very well. Thank you so much.
Thank you
We bow down to the energy and soul of Sonalji for always being there for us day or night. Anytime we need her help, she is there. And any job I have met her from the day till today, any job I give her, she will leave her personal things and she will take it as a first priority, as if it is the words coming from Swamiji. And that is the love Swamiji wants to see among all the sadhaks. That is the
and she has trained the children, trained the younger sadhaks so much that they are also emitting the similar energy, similar bhav.
Before we move on, I want to say special thanks to Marga ji. Marga came on a very last minute note, and she shared her story and her views and her experiences. So I really mean to say from the bottom of our heart, thank you, Marga, for coming and joining us for this program.
Yes, and also to Mahesh, the technician,
yes,
who kept taking our request and making changes as per our needs, audio, video, everything. Without you, Mahesh, we couldn't have had all the visual darshan of everybody and the vibration. So thank you, Mahesh.
Mahesh, you have been very flexible. You have been very kind and generous to take our instructions. Even though we were saying it in English, you understood in German.
All right, Dhara, Jai Baba Swami, are you still there? I don't know if you had something later. So
She must have left. She must have left.
Yeah, she might have left. So you are really an inspiration. You made sure that you were there for both the days, for whatever time available in your schedule. You were there, and you really make us proud, Dara. And we wish you a lot of blessings while we are taking the next step towards college, and hope you carry the torch to other people, just like you have done in Samarpan. So thank you for everything, Dhara. And now Rasika ji, Jai Baba Swami. Jai Baba Swami, Rasika ji.
Jai Baba Swami.
You are the soul of This is Samarpan. I know a lot of personal things happened in last 2 days with all the things happening. You did not stop. You made sure all the slides were put up. And for this is Samarpan, I think Sohamji, we were fortunate to spend a lot of time last 3-4 weeks. I think every day we met up for this preparing this PowerPoint, and you were on top of it for hours and hours of it. So thank you, Rasika ji. Without you, the world would have not seen what they saw today.
Yes, thank you very much, Rasika, for your dedication. And it shows how well you are connected to Swamiji and staying balanced in ups and downs of your life situation and still committing yourself for the program. The show must go on, and you made it possible because you love Swamiji and you are surrendered to Swamiji. And
of course, it is Swamiji's blessings, and you guys also are inspiring us so much to work so hard. And looking at you guys, we feel we are not doing anything. So it's all Swamiji and you guys. But yesterday's and today's session was like speechless. And I would like to just say that even I had attended the same Shirdi Mahashibir when Sohamji and Rajma were there, but that time I was new and energy, understanding the energy was nowhere in my list that time, I guess. But thanks to Swamiji that I could see a day where I could meet him personally, and going through all the photos and those videos, every moment gave so much energy, and there was something different altogether. Thank you, Sohamji, so much. And thank you, everybody. Jai Baba Swami.
Thank you for giving me time every evening, 3 to 4 hours to make this PowerPoint presentation. There's a lot of hard work that you put in that people probably don't know, but this was one of the most demanding PowerPoint presentation that we made for Sohamji, because I had very high expectation to make it to this standard. And Rasika and Sonalji has stayed with me day and night to make it possible. And so much thanks to Rajma and Vimukto for supporting us from Germany to make it possible. So without the Nari Shakti, this is not possible. And thank you for that.
Thank you, Jai Baba Swami.
Thank you. Jai Baba Swami. Sagar.
Jai Baba Swami.
Yes, Jai Baba Swami. And you are from West Coast, just like Aishwarya, and we wake you up really, really early in the morning, but not a word that it is too early for me. You're such a young person in age, but still such an evolved soul that Guru Karya, how to do Guru Karya, one can learn from you. If we give you a task, we are always like that. Sagar sends us a message 20 times until we accomplish it. So you are probably the best, one of the best representative of Swamiji. If you take up something, you make it happen. So thank you for always being an inspiration for everyone, and may Swamiji bless you, and may you fulfill all your dreams in life.
It's not me, it's Swamiji. It's just Swamiji.
Yes, but we love you, Sagar, for always being there whenever we need you, and always showing your readiness to take any job we give you.
I'll always be there for you, Hitendra ji. You know that. I'll always be there for you.
Yes, my son.
Thank you. Jureka ji, I don't know if you are here today because you were in the immersion program sharing your experience. So, Jai Baba Swami Jureka ji, if you will listen on YouTube later, thank you so much for giving us this calming presence around us and taking up whatever task is available, whatever we put it in the This is Samarpan backstage team group, you just pick it up. If it is possible, you just make it happen. And you are very pure and ego-free soul, and you are an inspiration for all of us. So thank you so much, Zureka ji.
I want to tell the audience that Zurika ji is a silent Guru Karya worker, okay? She is very silent. She is always behind the scene kind of person. She don't try to come more in the limelight. She is very shy, but she is very important from the energy point of view in everything that we are doing. And she always supported me from the time I know her before we founded this trust. And she is one of my supporting trustee also. Very valuable person to me, very close as a friend and sister. Thank you, Zurika ji.
Yes. Next up, I would like to invite Darshana to share upcoming events. And Darshana, please lead the way and call the teammates who are going to present.
Yes, thank you so much, Sonalji. I would like to invite Aishwarya to tell us more about the upcoming events.
Jai Baba Swami, everyone. By now, Samarpan Germany is now global Germany. No one is, we just got connected to Samarpan Germany since 2 days. So I just want to introduce, there are a couple of retreats coming up in Germany. First will be in October, which is this month in few days in Bad Dresden. And this is from October 15 to October 22nd. And this will be online as well. If you want more information, please visit the website www.soham.one and you'll get all the details. There is one more retreat in December. I'm not sure if this is online, but you can get the information on the website, which is in Oberlitz again. So please take the opportunity to attend this retreat and you can experience the energy again. So thank you so much. I will pass it to Darshana for the next event.
Thank you so much, Aishwarya. Utsav, can you please tell us more about the teens workshop that we're going to have?
Yeah, sure. So Jai Baba Swami, everyone. So here is the very exciting opportunity for all the teenagers across the globe. This teen workshop will be on the next weekend on the Saturday, October 16, 2021 at 11 a.m. EST. It will be on the Zoom. And so I request everyone that make sure to tell all your nieces, nephews, son and daughter to tell about this amazing workshop so that they could discover their inner spark. And in this workshop, we will primarily discussing about how one can calmly and successfully achieve their goals in their high school or college career with with help of the Samarpan meditation. So with that, I'm very excited for this workshop next weekend. And back to you, Dasnali.
Thank you so much, Utsav. Thank you for giving us all the information. Now let me call upon Vireshji to tell us more about the Samarpan and Theistic Humanism workshop. Vireshji, are you still there with us?
Yes, so let me tell about it. So we are invited, or we are going to join this 2021 Parliament of the World's Religions. And Dr. Srish Nathwani and Dr. Viras Gadag will be representing Samarpan Americas. And they will be talking about Samarpan meditation and theistic humanism, Manushya Dharma or Samarpan Dhyan. So it will be taking place on October 17th between 3 to 3:45 EST, which is coming Sunday. If you can join, this is the link, excelevents.com. Okay, excelevents.com, and you should be attending this because there are so many people, very well-known religious leaders will be talking about their religion, and we are presenting Samarpan meditation as Manushya Dharma in this program. Thank you very much, and all the best to Dr. Nathwani and Dr. Gadag.
Thank you so much, Hitendraji. We are also adding that link in the chat if you are interested in joining this. Now I would like to call Rasikaji to talk about the talent show that we all are looking forward to.
Jai Baba Swami, I am glad to inform you that we have got a very overwhelming response from everybody, Samarpan America Sadhaks this time. And we are looking for a very exciting and rocking show. So please don't miss it. That is on the October 23rd, 2021 at 11:30 EST. So please be there to encourage and enjoy the show. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rasika ji. We all will be there. We're very excited for the event. Now let me call upon Sagar. Sagar, please take over.
Jai Baba Swami, thank you, Darshana. I'd like to invite everyone to get a blessing from Swamiji.
आप सबको खूब खूब आशीर्वाद.
Thank you, Sagar. And with
Thank
that,
you, Sohamji, for the blessing.
with that concluding blessing from Swamiji himself, we will call it a wrap and we are done. We did it. And thank you for everybody in the audience, if you are still there, for supporting us, and all the teammates who were in the slide and not on the slide, who supported throughout this is Samarpan session. Because of you, we are here today. We were able to do our Guru Karya as mediums. So thank you.
I want to thank all the people in the audience who have joined yesterday and today and made our program successful. Please pass on the word. Please like, share, and subscribe our channel Soul Satsang, so that such beautiful message of Samarpan meditation and Guru's energy reach to many, many souls like you and me. Jai Baba Swami. We can stop recording and conclude.